Alrighty, and we're back, y'all. We are back. Whoa. I gotta stop using my phone to monitor stuff when I'm not streaming. Oh god, OBS legit messed with my settings again. Why do you do this to me, OBS? Don't do this to me. All I ask is you just leave things alone, but you don't. Alright, there we go. Yeah, sorry about that, people. Sorry about that. My net went out for like a split second. I have no idea why, but it did. And yeah, so I had to just wait for it to reset. But we back. We back, y'all. We back. No, I didn't get sniped by the Xbox Mafia. I was speaking that truth. They didn't want you to succeed. Where was I? I was talking about Xbox, right? Yeah, I mean, if anything, just to sum it up, it's just literally a case of people want to get excited for Xbox, and there's really no reason for them to go out there and buy the Series X. Like, honestly, is there anything about the Series X as far as games go? Games. I'm not talking about features. Games that people want to rush out there and buy day one. I mean, say what you want about Sony, but there's a lot of people who are hyped up for the PS5 because they do want to play Spider-Man and Demon's Souls and Horizon and all those games that are coming out year one. So it's literally just a case of, you know, Microsoft overhyping things and people just wanting more. I think it's a fair assessment. It's not like Microsoft set the expectations low and then people said, oh, this is trash. It's a case of Microsoft overhyping it, man. But yeah, there's that. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Grant. I do appreciate it. Alrighty. So let's get back at it, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry I lost all y'all's questions, but I hope everyone's having a good one. Oh, shout out to the homie Fostings. Shout out to the homie Fostings. He's been the mod for the last 2 streams that we did. And if y'all are watching this stream right now, make sure y'all hit that like button. It helps support the channel, sends it out to the interwebs so people can check it out. We got like 64 people watching. Let's get those likes up, y'all. Alrighty. Oh, shout out to the homie Black Bond. The homie Black Bond is in the chat. Black Bond, I'm gonna give you moderator. I'll give you some moderator powers for that. Tonight we dine at Domino's. Oh yeah, so y'all ready to discuss this y'all ready to discuss this Kid Smooth meltdown on Twitter? Well, one of many Kid Smooth meltdowns on Twitter. But what's up to all the people in the chat? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh man. This Kid Smooth stuff, bro. Now, first things first. Shout out to the homie Kid Smooth. You know, shout out to Jerry. Shout out to this man because Kid Smooth, whether you like him or not, his love for Xbox, his bias for Xbox, Kid Smooth is a real one because he sticks to his beliefs. He does. And if you followed this man as much as I have through the years of Weapon Wheel, Kid Smooth is a legit icon. He is an icon of this community. You know, with such crazy quotables like, they won my heart, to Black Bond, I'm gonna blow both your kneecaps out. Of course. Can't forget his infamous boner pick Google search tirade. Y'all remember that. But my homie Kid Smooth, he ain't been having a good year. He really hasn't. He hasn't. With all this Xbox Series X stuff, man, my boy Kid Smooth woke up today on Monday and he got into a Twitter feud with Domino's UK. Yes, Domino's Pizza. Their UK Twitter branch. They posted a meme about the Xbox. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can pull that up on screen right now. Yeah, let's do that. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just get some picture action popping, cause we're totally fancy. We just doing this shit last minute. Let me see. Domino's. I love how Domino's UK is the first thing that pops up. That's iconic. That's true iconic, not Ubisoft iconic. But yeah, let me just pull this up on screen right now for y'all, so y'all can see what we talking about. But here we go. Let's just let's get this going. Where do I want to select? I'll do window capture. There we go. Alrighty. So let's just move that there. As I'm sure y'all can see, Domino's Pizza over here, they got creative, right? Don't worry, Chief. Domino's always delivers. This is current gen, and this is next gen. Oh my God. And they did the Halo Infinite hashtag. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry, even if you're an Xbox fan, you gotta admit that that is funny. That is funny right there. But it doesn't stop there, because the homie Jerry, shout out to Jerry. I cannot stress this enough right now. Okay, all right. You know, because this is what we're all about, and Black Bond can agree with this. If you're watching right now, Black Bond, I want y'all to go ahead and give this man Kid Smooth a follow and tell y'all I sent him. Because around these parts in this community, we see so many folks who don't build each other up. All they do is bring each other down, man. That ain't what we about. You know, we can disagree, we can have fun with stuff, but at the end of the day, we gotta show love, because we're all we got, man. So I want y'all to go ahead and follow Kid Smooth, give him a tweet saying, hey, Neo sent me from his Q&A, and then I gotta think of a clever hashtag we can put up. Hashtag power your pizza. So everyone go tweets Kid Smooth, tell him you just followed him and saying hashtag power your pizza. Neo sent me. But yeah, my man Kid Smooth, he ain't have a good day, man. So check this tweet out right here. Check it out. Shut up with your cardboard tasting pizza. Not enough sauce using ass. That's why Pizza Hut is better. And he said, stop spamming my email. Don't forget to get that Domino's insurance policy, because their pizza is shit. You know your pizza is super mid when you have to offer insurance for people to eat it. Oh God, I'm telling y'all, even if you don't agree with what Kid Smooth say, Kid Smooth, there's nobody like him. And again, shout out to Kid Smooth, man. Shout out to Kid Smooth. You know, because at the very least, he stays true to his beliefs. But yeah, y'all go ahead. How many people we got watching this stream right now? Let me see. We got a grand total of 111 people watching. If any of y'all ain't subscribed to Kid Smooth, go ahead and tweet this man. Go ahead and tweet this man right now. But yeah, that was funny, you know? That was funny. That really was. That was a highlight for my Monday, and it was great. It seriously was. I'm gonna go ahead and see how many of y'all tweeted this man Kid Smooth. Oh, y'all did the thing? That's what I'm talking about. I can always count on Danix. You know? I can count on Danix. I can count on a lot of y'all. Shout out to the 110 people watching. We got 110 people watching, only 33 likes. We got to get them likes up, man. We got, as my homie Black Bond say, we provide a free entertainment. Get them likes up, bro. Get them likes up. But yeah. Oh shit, is that my homie Jamil? Is that my homie Jamil in the chat? Let me see. My nigga Jamil. Shout out to Game Inspection. Shout out to the homie. But that's Kid Smooth for you. You know, like I said, he don't do everything right. You know, that whole Last of Us situation, as Joey brought up, that's kind of scumbaggy. But hey, man, you ain't gonna have a lot of perfect allies around these parts. And that's what we do around here. But hello to all the new people watching. I love how people just came in wondering, yo, what is going on? Oh, man, but let's get back to some questions. Ooh, from Emmanuel Fuentes. New here, but I like your content. Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And then we have a $1.99 super chat from Good Life J. Sorry about the delay on this one, my friend. NGS, I've never owned a PS Vita. Is it worth it? Well, I think it depends, man. I really like the Vita. Oh, bring me back to life, autofocus. Bring me back to life. Thank you. I really like the Vita. I thought it was an amazing machine. It was literally the Switch before the Switch. However, I can't recommend it to the average gamer because a lot of the games on there that are good fall into the niche category. So if you buy a Vita, you're only going to be playing indie games or really niche Japanese titles. It's one or the other, not both. Sure, it started out with more support, but as you know, with the sale, when the sales dwindled, the support dried up. Like Sony, they did their best to support it, but even after a while, they backed out of it. And it's so funny considering that they're the reason why the PS Vita kind of flopped, you know, with all the shit they did. But we're not really going to sit here and just talk about stuff that's already known. But the Vita is amazing. Like, I would say go ahead and buy it just to have it as a legacy device, because it's getting really hard to find a Vita nowadays. It is going up in price. And if you could find like the OLED model with that nice screen, oof, that's part of the reason why I haven't even upgraded to the Slim, because I like the feeling of the Vita Slim. But the original Vita, that screen is just too sexy, man. I can't give that up. But yes, the Vita it's an amazing device just to play a lot of games that aren't on the Switch, and it's cool, man. It's just cool to appreciate what it was. All right. Let's see. Did you get a new camera? Oh no, I'm still using my Logitech. I'm waiting to get a new lens for my Sony a6000, which is this one right here, because this lens it's a good lens, but it's it doesn't go as far back as I wanted to, because I wanted like a really wide angle. This is just more up front, like in your face. Like literally I would be up to here, and it's not that great. So I just need to get a new lens for this camera, and then I'm gonna mount it here, and I'll use this as my webcam. So the quality will improve tremendously as soon as I get that lens. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Vita owners in the chat. Yeah, the thing about the Vita is that even though it didn't sell that well, the attach rate is insanely high. So you'll have a lot of people coming in here, and they'll own a Vita, and they'll probably own like, what, 8 to 10 games, 15 games. Like, I own a lot of stuff on the Vita, because, you know, sometimes those are games you can only get there, and because, you know, what can I say, man? I love the portability aspect, as if you couldn't tell with the Switch. So there are just tons of games I'd buy on the Vita because it's portable. Like, I bought the the Ratchet and Clank games, the Slide games, and the Jak games all on Vita. Granted, you know, Jak games don't run that well at all, but it's fun to have a Jak game portable. All right, so we have a $5 super chat from Grim Def. Thank you so much, Grim Def. Appreciate you. Head to head with the announced exclusives or times exclusives. I honestly don't see how people think Sony's winning currently. They're pretty much even. Well, if you compare it like exclusive to exclusive, yeah, they're pretty much even. I think the reason why they're saying PlayStation is winning is because they have more high-profile exclusives coming out sooner. You know? A lot of Microsoft's bangers, which we don't even know if they are going to be bangers, and hey, they might get canceled at some point. You just don't put it past Microsoft. They're not coming out till 2-3 years down the road, like Fable, Avowed, all those games. You know, like, so it's just kind of a case of, well, first off, we have to worry about if they are going to exist. And then second, we got to see what the games are hitting for, you know? But it just comes down to what you want to play, honestly. So there's a lot of people who they don't like Sony games, and that's fine. There are a lot of people who don't like Xbox games, and that's fine. You know, just game where you want a game, and just don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That's all. Do you think Xbox will have better sales than PS5? Also, 343 Industries said Halo Infinite's graphics is a work in progress. The graphics will get better week after week, I hope. Well, as far as Halo Infinite's graphics, I definitely do think it is going to get better with time, because it's just a given. I'm just kind of worried that this game is 4 months out and it doesn't look like this next generational leap we were promised. I know it's still an Xbox One game. I get it. But to the same degree, this is a 12 teraflop console, you know? And I know teraflops ain't everything, but the way Microsoft is hyping it up, it sure sounded like it. But yeah, if I'm being real though, I don't think Xbox Series X is going to outsell the PlayStation 5. I do not think it's possible at all, guys. Like, no fanboy shit, throwing that out the window, guys. When has Microsoft ever beaten PlayStation in a generation? I'm talking legit beaten them. There was only one where they got really close, and that was last gen with the 360. But even so, it was because the PlayStation 3 handicapped themselves by shooting themselves in the foot, and then the PlayStation 3 still eked out towards the end. Every other generation, PS2, PS4. So I'm not saying that the Xbox needs to sell a lot to beat the PlayStation. I think they can be financially sound if they get those Game Pass subscriptions up and if they have the games selling on the Windows Store. But realistically, I don't see it. Like, guys, PlayStation is like every single PlayStation console has sold what, like damn near 100 million units, if not more. You know, the only time the PlayStation products haven't sold have been like the handhelds. But other than that, when has PlayStation ever faltered? It's only when PlayStation, like I said, shoots themselves in the foot like they did with the PS3. So I think we need to get away from the conversation of Xbox getting more sales on PlayStation and talk more about how much money is Xbox making, and is that going to really justify their future as going towards this games as a service subscription model. So yeah, we'll just have to see. At the end of the day, I'm not really stressing about that, considering I like both ecosystems. They provide me things I want. Game Pass, for example, like, yeah, sure, I'm not, it's not traditional. I'm not going to be hyping up games and buying them day one. I'm going to be getting them on a subscription, but I like that idea because it is different. And I think we should support those initiatives. I know that's kind of a sacrilegious thing to say because a lot of people think that Game Pass is the death of gaming, but I don't know. It's just, for me, I don't get paid enough to make those analytical tweets. You get what I'm saying? Because people just be doing all this stuff for free. And I'm just going to enjoy it as much as I can. Whether Game Pass is infinitely profitable for Microsoft long term or not, I'm just going to enjoy the time that I have getting these games on Xbox and PC. And that's how I think a lot of people should look at it. But again, shout out to all the mods here doing God's work, reminding y'all to hit that like button and don't spam questions. Appreciate y'all. Shout outs to Fostings, Danix, this homie Black Bond, Amazing JD, welcome. Let's see, we have a $5 super chat from Suna361, another longtime viewer. Good to see you, friend. Real talk, what can a marketing major that moved home from the city really do for work? I did sales, and I know that isn't for me. A new start is in order. Well, honestly, here's the thing. When it comes to a lot of degrees, if you talk to a lot of people who have graduated with X degree, and you look at the field that they're in, a lot of them ain't in that exact field. Like, I know a ton of people who went to school for psychology who ended up opening their own business. It's not even related to psychology, and they end up doing their own thing. So what I recommend for you, Suna, is just to, first off, go towards a job that pays. You know what I'm saying? Because bills got to get paid. And just find out where your niche could be. So you think that, like, marketing, because marketing is such a diverse field. It really is. You can do literally, I wouldn't say everything, but you can do a lot of stuff. So see where that takes you if you get into marketing, and then see if you can move around in the company, you find what works best for you. What I've noticed with degrees is that degrees, it's not necessarily like the experience you have in that particular field. It's more like, oh, you have access to open the door. Like, not even a seat at the table. You're not even there. Yeah, it's just you have access to open the door. And even then, people have mixed feelings about that idea. But yeah, just go where you can find a good paying job and just see where you go from there, man. That's the best way I can describe it. Because outside of like very specific degrees in the medical field, in places like that, there's a lot of degrees are interchangeable. It's so strange, you know? Oh, snap. Well, we have a new member of the YouTube Nation, the YouTube family. Welcome, Hudless Details, to the Phantom Weirdos tier. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, Hudless Details. He's got himself that nice little badge. He's got himself some emotes, and more are coming through. My artist has just been a little sick. He's been under the weather, so I've just been giving him some time off so he can just recover. I'm not really stressing about these sort of things. But, yeah. Back to some questions. Let's see. Do you recommend the PS5 digital over the standard? If I'm being honest, Santiago, no. I don't like the idea of having an all-digital console because you can call it the conspiracy tinfoil hat person in me, but I look at a digital console. You're dealing with just one entity, that being the PlayStation Store. You know, so you are literally, you're at the mercy of PlayStation whenever they want to put their games on sale. It's not like on PC where you have Steam, you have Green Man Gaming, you have all these other sites. And then you have competitors like the Epic Game Store, you have Origin, you have a lot of services where you can get games for cheap. Digital-wise on a console, yes, they do have their sales. But honestly, I like the idea of having physical media. I like the idea of just having the option to do one or the other. And I say all that even though I know that digital is the future. Digital is an inevitable future. It might not be this generation, but Sony is definitely hedging their bets. That's why they came out with 2 different versions of the PS5. So whichever one succeeds and whichever one fails, they're going to gear more towards that direction. But I don't think physical media is going away anytime soon. Just around the world, the infrastructure is not to the point where everybody can download something in like 5 minutes. Like, I have fiber optic connection. I pay good money to have fiber optic. But that's not everybody. There's a lot of people who are still running, like dial-up in some parts of the US. And even so, they have like maybe 20 down and 10 up, like crazy things like that. So yeah, I don't like that. And at the same time, just in general, like, yo, what's going to happen long term if this service does go down? I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying every game is a Scott Pilgrim versus the world, but it is an inevitability at some point. Like, if something were to happen, are you going to keep those licenses? Or are you going to have to make sure you download them beforehand? It gets into some spooky territory. But if you are a person who's so, like my Xbox One X, for example, I only own one physical game, and that game is Monster Hunter World Iceborne Edition. That's the only physical game I own. Everything else is digital and Game Pass. So me, myself, and I'm kind of like shackling myself, because if something happens to Xbox, those few games I bought, I might not be able to play. But thankfully, that's the benefit of being a multi-console owner, because, if all else fails, I do have my PlayStation and I do have my PC for those kind of games. But yeah, like I'll just move the camera over here so you guys can see a little. But as you guys can see right there, like, I can't give up this shit right here. I can't give up the special editions, man. It's too good. It's too good, man. But yeah, appreciate the question, Santiago. Thank you. Oh, and then I'm getting behind on my super chats. I am so sorry, y'all. Like I told you guys, I try to do my best to just answer such thorough questions. Oh, shout out to the 203 people watching. Shout out to y'all. Thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. And if you are here, y'all already know the vibes. Make sure you hit that like button. Support the channel. Support the channel, y'all. It only takes 1 second. All right, back to some of the super chats. Okay. Oh, we have a $10 super chat from the homie Nostalgia Trip 1. 2 reasons why the 360 was winning in the beginning. It released first, but with broken RROD, missing features, lack of storage, yada, yada, yada. And, oh, you watched Kaguya yet? So to answer your second question, I have not watched Kaguya yet. I haven't really watched too much anime in the past couple of days. I was finishing up Vinland Saga, and I'm on, like, I think the second to last episode, because the homie Asbel told me he wants to see me do a reaction for that. So if he's watching right now, chime in on the stream and go ahead and tell me if it needs to be the second to last episode or last episode. I have no idea. But I will get on to watching Kaguya-sama soon. And as far as the 360 winning in the beginning, yeah, honestly, I think it is because it released first. But at the same time, the 360, despite the Red Ring of Death, despite it not having Wi-Fi, it not having a lot of things that the PS3 did, the 360 was a better machine to game on. And I know some people are going to say, how dare you say that, blah, blah, blah. But guys, last generation, if you were gaming on 360, you were having the best experience on a console. PlayStation 3, no cross-game party chat. Took forever to load literally anything. The store was a mess. 360, everything just worked. It was, bro, them 360 memories. Seriously. You just plug in your headset, you're good to game. PS3, I gotta hope this Bluetooth headset works. Connectivity problems, like, 360 was the shit, man. And I will take that with me to the grave. Despite its hardware problems, despite all the things that Microsoft did, it was a dope ass console. It was. All right, $5 super chat from Hops FA. Will cross-platform play be the standard next generation, or only on big hitter titles such as Fortnite, Call of Duty, and Minecraft? Well, thank you for your super chat, Hops. And to be honest, I think we're going to start seeing more crossplay as we go into the future. Will it be the standard? I'm not necessarily sure, because even now, crossplay is still only a handful of titles. And even if it does exist, it's not like true crossplay where it's PS4, Xbox, PC, and Switch. It's usually like maybe PS4, PC, Xbox, PC, maybe just PS4 and Xbox, or something like PC and Switch. So we'll just have to see as far as that goes. I think that crossplay should become the standard. I think that's the best way to keep games alive. I know some people would disagree with the idea of crossplay because it creates an unfair advantage if you are gaming on PC, which I understand, but at the same time, you just gotta get good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I view it, man. That's literally how I view it as far as when it comes to gaming with people on PC. If you want to create like specific servers for PC versus console and just let it be known that, hey, this is for these type of people for shooter games, definitely. But as a whole, just put it out there, man. Oh, shout out to the homie Ness Mudkip Z, my brother, formerly known as the guy who did Mudkip Mondays. Whatever happened to that? Chad PS3 could have like 50 games on a 20 gigabyte hard drive, and nowadays, oh yeah, man, y'all remember that? Remember how back in the days all you needed was like I remember on my PS3, which PS3 did I have? I had the Slim, the first Slim that came out. What was the PS3 Slim when it first came out? Was that like, how many gigs was on that? Was that like 100 gigs? 120 gigs? I think it was 120 gigs, right? On the first PS3 Slim. I think. I don't know. But bro, you could store so many games, because games back then, guys, they used to be like 5 gigabytes, 6 gigabytes. And yo, I remember back in those days when you would get a patch for a game, it would be like a gig and it would take like 20 minutes, bro. And if you're on the PS3, it was worse because you had to sit on that screen and wait for that to download. Okay, it's done downloading. Time to play. Nope, you got to wait for that to install. All right, ready to play. No. You got to update this one. Gaming has progressed. It seriously has, guys. The things that we take for granted now, guys. Oh, God. I remember the first time where I was just like, yo, screw next generation, was when I bought, where is it? When I bought Wolfenstein, The New Order. I got this on Black Friday for like $14. And I remember downloading it, no, not downloading it, but installing it and then getting the patch. The patch was like 5 gigabytes. And this was back in like 2014. I was sitting there like, yo, I'm going back to my PS3, bro. This shit ain't it. Oh, God. It was something, man. But yeah, I still have my OG PS3 Slim. I got that the year they launched it. I didn't get the original PS3, you know, the backwards compatible one and everything, because I was more invested in 360. Well, mainly I couldn't afford the PS3 at the time. I couldn't, guys. Like for me, I don't know about y'all, but growing up, like if I ever wanted a new console, more often than not, I had to sell my older systems or my older handhelds. So whenever we got something for Christmas, if it was for the whole family. Oh, Sea of Thieves just installed. Yay! Yes, I'm going to give Sea of Thieves a chance, guys. If any of y'all play Sea of Thieves, let me know. I just installed it on my computer, and I was interested in playing because a lot of people say it's cool. But, like, growing up, like, my parents, like, for Christmas, they would buy consoles for the whole family, right? So I had to share it with my sister and my brother. But if I ever wanted a console for myself, I had to sell something of my own. So I remember selling my very first PSP. Y'all know the OG PSP. I sold my PSP because I wanted to get an Xbox 360. Watts Atlanta. He's using that emoji of me. I'm dead. That's so funny. Shout out to Watts Atlanta. He's another YouTube member. But yeah, I sold my original PSP, and the PSPs, man, they held their value for a while, bro. So I sold it in 2007, and I had that money, and I saved up some money for my birthday. I went ahead and I bought an Xbox 360. I think I bought the core model, so I didn't have a hard drive with it. I sold, like I said, I sold the PSP for that, and I was excited because I bought it because I wanted to play. What game did I sell my PSP for to buy an Xbox? It's a game that came out in 2007. Y'all know the game I'm talking about. Came out at the end of the... I don't know if it came out at the end of the year, but I bought that Xbox at the end of the year. But y'all know the game I'm talking about. Y'all know that game I'm talking about. It came out in 2007. You know, like we were all looking forward to it. It was like that next leap forward. I'm gonna see who actually got this. All right? Okay. I'm seeing. Okay. All right. All right. It only came out on the Xbox, guys. On the Xbox. One person got it. One person got it. And of course it'd be this person. Of course it'd be this person. Killzone 2. Yeah, totally. Killzone 2 on my 360 in 2007. Oh, God. There we go. Fear No Hate got it. It was Naruto, not Broken Bond, but it was Naruto Rise of a Ninja. Y'all remember Naruto Rise of a Ninja? Shout out to the 220 people watching. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. But Naruto Rise of the Ninja, I was so hyped because it was like the first next-gen Naruto game. And I was gassed because it was like open world and they were going to do all this crazy stuff and you can play online. Yo, that's back when Ubisoft made Naruto games. Ubisoft, however you pronounce it. But I was hyped. And I bought my Xbox to play that game. And I was so excited. Until I realized that, yo, I'm going to need more games to play than just Naruto. You know what I'm saying? I see what was coming out for Xbox that year. Oh, 2007 was a great year for Xbox. What do they have? They had Mass Effect 2. No, not 2. Mass Effect 1. They had Halo 3. You know, Gears 1 came out the year before. So, you know, you had a lot of games. Oh, of course, Versatile. He's like, did I hear Naruto? It's like, but yeah, so they had a lot of games. But you want to know what sucked? Y'all know this if you an OG. But my mom did not want me playing no M-rated games. Not at all. Not at all. So I got a 360 and I could not play any mature rated games. And mind you guys, this is years before games on demand was a thing. So you actually had to go to the store and your parent had to be there with you when you bought anything. So no Call of Duty Modern Warfare, no Halo 3, none of that. My 360 just became a $300 paperweight. And I was just so upset. What's up, Asbel? How you doing, bro? I was just so upset. You could have played Burger King Sneak King. Hey, Sneak King was lit. I don't know about y'all, but Sneak King was lit. But yo, I couldn't play any of those. My mom was like, "No, you can't play this." But yeah, that happened. And you know, if you have a system and 90% of its games, its best games, are behind that M rating, I was like, yo, I don't need this console. So I sold my Xbox, and then with that money, I ended up buying a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which in hindsight I shouldn't have done because I was phasing out of Yu-Gi-Oh at the time. But I still did buy a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. In fact, I think I need to sell all of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards because some people have told me I might have some rare ones. I don't know. I have a lot, but I sold my Xbox. With some of that money, I bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then I bought another PSP. Funny enough, a year later, I bought another Xbox. I don't know why. I sold my Xbox, then a year later, I bought another Xbox. You want to know why I bought another Xbox? Because of Naruto Broken Bond. I am so fickle. I am such a fickle individual, man. I was just like, man, fuck it. I want another Xbox. So I ended up selling a lot of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So it kind of came full circle. I sold a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I got a lot of money. Bought an Xbox. Got Naruto Broken Bond. And then my dad was sneaking me games. So he would buy them, and then what he would do is he would throw out the cases, and he would throw out the disc card, and he would just give me the disc. And I remember, you know, because I would only get a chance to play my Xbox like on weekends or on holiday breaks. So if I was playing them, you know, I was playing my Xbox, bro. I was on it, and I just was like, yo, I am not gonna let anything distract me because this is the only time I have to play. My mom would come in, and she would just see me killing zombies in Left 4 Dead or on Call of Duty. And she's just like, this game is so violent. Why are you playing this game? Who gave you this game? So y'all know what I had to do to trick my mom? And mom, if you're watching my stream right now, I'm sorry. It had to be done. I would go online and download the game box art and Photoshop T ratings onto it. Print it out, put it into a case, have it on my shelf. So that way, if my mom came into my room, I was just like, look, this game is rated T, mom. I did that for World of War. I did that for Left 4 Dead. Bro, I legit, dude, I had to do it. I had to finesse. Y'all, Yo, I don't know if any of y'all know this. Some of y'all might be younger, but yo, I had to get it done. I had to get it done. I wanted to play them games. And when you had an immigrant parent, they're just like, all right, T rating, cool. What a freaking mad lad. Yo, I try. Yo, the crazy thing, guys, I wasn't even using Photoshop. I say Photoshop because Photoshop is like that term. Like, I need a Kleenex. Kleenex is a brand. What you need is a tissue, that type of stuff. So I opened up Microsoft Paint, and then I just jerry-rigged the images together, and I just plastered it there. I think the aspect ratio was all kinds of fucked up, but hey, we had to get it done, guys. We had to get it done. That's how we played our games back then. Thankfully, when I turned 16 a year later, my mom was just like, all right, you can start having these games. And my mom, for my birthday, I forgot what she bought me. She bought me some... Oh, you know what she bought me? She bought me... Because we were at GameStop, and I wanted to get a PS3, but they were all sold out. So... she ended up just saying, here, have some money. You can buy a bunch of random games. So I remember I bought like Mercenaries 2. I think the game was like $20 used or something. Yeah, yeah, guys, that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do. I know some of y'all's parents just didn't care. My mom? Yo, my mom, guys, let me give you another example. And shout out to my mom if she's watching right now. Shout out to my mom. Because she sometimes watches my streams, but she doesn't know how to comment. But my mom, when I had the Wii, and I rented Call of Duty 3, right? And I was excited because, oh my god, a first person shooter with a motion controls. This is crazy. She came in when I was legit headshotting a dude in the face, and she was just like, oh no, you can't play this. And she took it and she returned it to Blockbuster that day, guys, after I spent $5 renting it. When I tell you I was pissed. But yeah, shout out to my mom. I love my mom. My mom is honestly my best friend. Oh god. Okay. All right. So let me get back to some of the super chats. I'm trying to figure out how in the world we got to that question. How did we get to that? I feel like I went off on a crazy tangent, guys. I'm trying to figure out how this happened. How the heck did this happen? Okay. But back to the super chat. So we have a $5 super chat from Blake Broad. Have you seen Dying Light 2? What are your thoughts? If not, please check it out. I'm a big fan of Dying Light, so I can only imagine what 2 has to offer. I have not checked out Dying Light 2. The funny thing, Blake, is that you're not the first person to ask me that. A lot of people have been wondering, hey, what do you think about Dying Light 2? I mean, I played the first one for a little bit. I kind of got sick playing it. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because I played it on consoles and the frame rate was very low. But it was not a pleasant experience. The game was fun. It was like a better version of Dead Island. But I never finished it, so I don't have much to say on it. I know a lot of people liked it though. 2, I know, has been been put through the ringer like with Dead Island 2. But if they've put out new gameplay, I'll definitely check it out later. Let me see if they have some new footage. Let's see. Dying Light 2. Shout out to the 227 people watching. Because if they put out new footage recently. Oh, there's a gameplay demo from 4 days ago. It's got 20 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna go check this soon. Got 230 people watching. Shout out to y'all. 1 second. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm actually going to go use the facilities. I gotta bleed the lizard, as some people say. So I'll be right back, guys. Don't go nowhere. All right, I have returned, you beautiful, beautiful people. And of course, I did wash my hands, as we all should whenever we use the facilities. I don't know why this is so much overexposure on my face. I don't like it. I don't know why it keeps doing this to me. Oh, well, that should fix it for now. Alrighty. Okay, and we back. We back. Alrighty, so let's see. So we have a $4.99 super chat from Clear Lizard, but the message was retracted, so I'll have to check the chat to see if he maybe sent something else. $5 super chat from Lil Ramen Cup. I like that name. What do you think about me getting the Xbox Series X for specs and community reasons instead of the PS5 and just start pimping my PC for the timed exclusives? Well, again, it goes back to you got to go where you feel most comfortable gaming. You know what I'm saying? So if your community is all on Xbox and you guys have fun gaming on Xbox and doing all that, then game on Xbox. Same thing for PlayStation. About building a PC to get like the timed exclusive games that are coming to the PS5, I don't think you're going to see that many timed exclusive games that are PS5 PC as you are Xbox games that are on Xbox and PC. I feel like PS5 is going to have more true exclusives. So honestly, I feel like at some point you're probably going to have to end up getting a PS5 because not all of PlayStation's library is going to come to PC. Sure, they've experimented. They brought they are bringing Horizon Zero Dawn to PC. But as a whole, like, you're going to have to get a PlayStation to play those games. So, I don't know. You just got to go where you feel comfortable, my friend. And then a $4.99 super chat from Asbel, which there's no message, so I don't know why. Dang it, YouTube. Why are you going trippy on me? Alrighty. Alright, Bo, let's get back to some of these questions. Shout out again to the homie Fostings for reminding y'all to hit that like button and subscribe if you're appreciating the stream. Question from Watts Atlanta. Would you ever start streaming daily? Well, honestly, during this whole situation, I'm actually surprised with the amount of streams I've been doing. I've been streaming anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been really fun. It has. I enjoy the interactions with y'all and having a lot of fun. I'll have to see what happens because I do go back to work next week, like legit work, not just like part-time stuff, like actually there. So my schedule might change a little bit depending on what schedule I do get because I took a little bit of time off from there. So now that I'm going back, they'll basically just give me whatever schedule is available. So I'll have to see as far as that's concerned. We'll see. I mean, I'm still going to be doing the weekly streams, whether or not it's on Monday night or I might move it to another day. We'll have to see. But as a whole, I'm still going to be doing these streams. You know, I'll probably aim for at least like 2 streams a week, maybe 3 on a good day. And then I'll keep doing like 2 to 3 videos a week. Neo, do you play quality on 4K games on Xbox and PlayStation? Well, it depends. As a whole, if it's a stable 30 FPS, I go for the resolution more than the frame rate because what I've noticed is a lot of the frame rate options in games is just uncapped. It's not like a steady 60. So for some games, it's okay if it hovers around like 50 frames, but if it's going from like 30 frames to 45 to 38, to me, that's really janky. So I'll just stick with like the resolution option where it's like a locked frame rate and locked resolution. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, I still can't believe that game is running on the Xbox. I just, that game is so beautiful. And I just started Last of Us Part 2 last night. And after playing Red Dead and going to Last of Us, that game, Last of Us is just wow, they dropped the ball as far as the visuals in that game. Like the attention to detail for certain things is great, but Red Dead just fucking murdered the whole game, guys. Red Dead's visuals for an open world game, amazing, but just in general, just everything about it. Like Last of Us only looks good when you're looking at the cutscenes and then certain things in the environment. But the character models compared to Red Dead, nah, fam. Red Dead be killing it like no tomorrow, bro. Red Dead is so fucking gorgeous, man. All right. After extensive research, I've decided to prioritize FPS and response time over 4K, and I'm getting a 1440p 144 Hertz monitor for my Xbox Series X. I'm curious of your opinion. That's a great idea. It really is, because I'm in a similar boat as you. When it comes down to it, I do prefer frame rate, but if I'm given the option of a steady 4K 30, and I'm talking about steady, no drops, or an uncapped like 1440p, I'm going to go for the steady 4K, because I don't like playing with an uncapped resolution. Like for me, it's got to be like locked 60. I don't want to be going from like 35 to 42 and then 48. To me, it's not that playable. So if you have a PC, that's where I think you'll get the most benefit out of it, because you could render more of those all those games in higher resolutions with steady 60 frames. I think you'll get a better experience from PCs with that monitor setup than you would consoles, because it all comes down to how they're going to optimize the games with the settings. That's the important distinction that exists. Hey Neo, what are your thoughts on FMA Brotherhood Season 1, Episodes 1 through 12? I personally think it's kind of bad, because they kind of expected you to watch the original, read the manga. You know, it's funny, nostalgia trip, because I was actually just talking to my sister about it, because she went ahead and read the entire FMA manga. You know, we've seen both of the animes multiple times, and we both agree FMA Brotherhood is a fantastic adaptation. It's so good, but that first half, the first 13 episodes or whatever, very, very poor. Very poor, and it sucks, because it expects you to have already seen FMA 03. But there's a lot of people who are watching Brotherhood for the first time who may not have seen FMA 03, and they don't want to just watch a few episodes of that and then jump into Brotherhood. I think what really made it more offensive was when we started watching the new Fruits Basket anime, the Fruits Basket reboot, and the way they retell the story is just so good. It's very familiar, obviously, because it's the same manga, but it just feels so much better because you have that there. With FMA Brotherhood, there's just so much you missed out with like the first 13 episodes that just glossed over a lot of things, like the relationship with Ed and Nina, and then Ed's relationship growing with Mustang and all that stuff. It just was not good. But then once you get past that, oh god, FMA Brotherhood gets so intense, man. It gets so intense. But yeah, I agree with you. It's not that great. It isn't. I would have loved for them to go ahead and actually make it a proper one-to-one adaptation, because looking at Fruits Basket, you know, granted, Fruits Basket was done almost 20 years after the original anime, versus FMA Brotherhood, which was, I want to say like 5-6 years. That's I understand where they were coming from. Let's see. Got a question from the homie Caleb. Where did it go? I'm trying to scroll back and find it. What would be your ideal game based off any anime, Chris? An ideal game? Okay, so first things first. No arena fighters. We are not doing no arena fighters up in this shit, bro. I am tired. I am sick and tired of these bland and uninspired 3D arena brawlers. Man, let's talk about it for a second. Bro, listen, I get it. I get it. You just want to replicate the high octane fights of the manga and the anime. But, bro, that shit. No, Asbel, it didn't show up. All it said was just your name. Asbel, message me on. Okay, no, here it is. I found it, Asbel. Never mind. I found it. Let me just get Asbel's real quick, Caleb. $4.99 from Asbel. Tales of the Abyss had a kid being slowly weighed down by his father's corpse until he suffocated to death in miasma, and that was just rated T. So, no, but that's the thing, though. That's the thing. You had to get to some point to see that. Whereas all those other games that are T for teen, you know, they're more palpable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could play them in front of people and it'll be fine. Oh, God. But, yeah, back to Caleb's question. So for me, I would not do an arena brawler. I wouldn't. I'm done with those. They've had their time. Let's give them a break. But if I had to pick a genre, I would really love for a, like, I mean, everybody said this, so it's not like it's me bringing it into the ecosystem. But I would love for a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game from Ryuga Gotoku Studios. These are the guys who worked on Yakuza. They worked on Judgment. They worked on the Fist of the North Star game. I just think they're a perfect fit for JoJo. Seriously. And then there's some other things that are really good as well. Someone brought up, yes, a Berserk Dark Souls game. That would be amazing. I think that's right up its alley. There's a lot of stuff that you could do, man. Not everything needs to be a straight up arena brawler. You know, maybe a game set in the One Piece universe where you're not necessarily playing as a Straw Hats, but you are sailing the high seas and you're exploring and all that. There's a lot of stuff that can be done. You could do so many things like JRPGs, you know, turn-based combat for a lot of these games, building your characters. Like one game I really enjoyed was not Naruto, Dragon Ball Attack of the Saiyans on the DS. That game was legitimately fun, and I'm like, yo, why don't we have more of these games? But you want to know why? Because turn-based is what's selling, it's what's popular, and that's what people know, unfortunately. But yeah, I just like that Fairy Tail game. Even though I don't personally think it looks great, I'm glad they're doing something different. I'm glad it's just taking a step out of the realm of arena brawlers. But yeah, the Yakuza guys working on JoJo, I am so here for that. That'd be like my number one thing. Legacy of Goku was my shit. Yo, Legacy of Goku 2 and Boo's Fury I really enjoyed. I don't know how y'all say Dragon Ball Kakarot is on that level. I don't know how y'all... Man, y'all really gassed up that Dragon Ball Kakarot one. It was just a mid-game. I'm playing this game wondering, yo, why are people hyping this game up? There ain't no Legacy of Goku Reborn. Man, y'all get out of here. But hello to all the people in the chat. Hello to y'all. Hello, welcome. Oh, speaking of, since we're talking about dream anime games, I want to show you guys something. Something that I came across on my Twitter feed, and I retweeted it yesterday. There is a fan project in the works, which is essentially... Let me see if I can pull it up. Where is it? I know I retweeted it yesterday. Here it is. There's this fan project in the works that is essentially... it's essentially Dragon Ball meets Devil May Cry, right? So it's a work in progress right here. But... Oh, let me not make this full screen. But yeah, just check this out for a second, right? Like, I don't know about y'all, but I didn't know that I needed something like this until I saw it. Because just think about the potential that could come from something like this. Something that's different. A Dragon Ball Fighter game that isn't, like, focused on just fighting. You know? Focused on doing crazy combos. I don't know how it would work in terms of having all these random enemies. Because, I mean, outside of, like, what? The Cybermen and maybe particular soldiers. I don't know how you'll get to that level of, like, making it realistic. You know what I'm saying? Because usually Dragon Ball is just, like, one-on-one fights. But, yeah, this Dragon Ball Demon Breaker. And it's so funny because I retweeted this, and this guy apparently watched my videos way back when, right? Surreal Seeing a Reaction used to watch your videos during the Ultimate Tenkaichi days. And that's just so insane, man. It seriously is. Like, that's just so freaking dope. But yeah, I'm going to be keeping my eyes on this. Seeing where it goes, because I just love the fan community and what they could come up with, and just seeing just like some interesting things. You never know where things could go. So yeah, that was really cool. I like that. Obviously the camera, they were just spinning it around like crazy just to show y'all that they have a camera. Oh yeah, I don't use dark mode on Twitter for my desktop. I haven't changed it because I don't really use Twitter desktop that much, guys. On my regular Twitter account on my phone, I have it on dark mode, so don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I'm not that much of a maniac. All right. Oh, we have a $2 super chat from the homie Christian. Putting Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2 on my Switch. Hope it's good. Hey, shout out to the modding community. And yes, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, like some of those games, I feel like you have to have played during the time to really appreciate them. But then again, you never know. So maybe you'll end up really enjoying it. who knows? Report back to us like maybe in a week or two and see. We want to see how. I want to see your reactions. Whatever happened to Lost Soul aside, they're still working on it. To my knowledge, they're still working on it. I know they got more funding, so it's taking some time. I mean, granted, it's been like what, like close to 3 years since we've seen anything. Oh God, yeah. This man Caleb over here worked on the EU release for Kill la Kill. I remember watching you stream that game, bro, and listen, I know a job is a job, but this man was trying to hype up that Kill la Kill, and I'm like, boy. Well, that's my homie, so I ain't gonna say shit until now. Oh God. I just murdered so many people's eyes with that stream. So I apologize for that. Shout out to the 200 people watching. Shout out to y'all. Shout outs. Shout out to the homie Fostings and Danix for their impeccable mod abilities. Reminding y'all to like the video in addition to joining the Discord server. So shout out to y'all. It was good for an arena brawler. Really, was it? I don't see you playing that game no more, Kretlib. What's going on with that? Answer these questions. Grinding an Octopath Traveler can be such a chore. Yo, Waffles, that's why I dropped the game. Because it was not scaled proportionately. So you're playing the game, it's fun, it's great, then the difficulty just spikes up and you have to grind for hours. I was just like, yo, this ain't organic, man. And there was nothing really pushing me forward. Because, the stories don't intersect. So I just lost interest. I think I got like 60% through the game and I'm like, nah, I'm done. Maybe a sequel will fix that. All right. Seb Sports, can we please talk about black character creation? I've never seen someone discuss this, like how they never have black hairstyles, essentially, such as a fade. It really breaks the immersion. I mean, that's the thing, Seb. What it comes down to is you got to start getting some brothers and sisters in these development rooms. That's all it takes. Like, I'm not saying that a person of any other type of ethnicity can't understand it, but yo, if a game is being made by the Japanese, how often do they come in contact with black people like that? You know what I'm saying? It's like a different thing when you look at some Western games that they have like actual legit black hairstyles. But more often than not, it's just literally afro, some type of bald, like a black bald, dreads, and that's like it. It's like three choices, And it's so disappointing because there's so many other hairstyles. But yeah, that's why in a lot of these RPGs, I either opt for like a bald. If they got a fade, I'll go for that. And there's not much else for us, man. There really isn't. That's what kills me. But yeah, I've seen them getting better. Like from what I've saw, I think it was Code. I don't know if it was Code Vein or Soul Calibur that had like really good hairstyles for black people. I don't know which one of those two. It might have been both, but I've noticed that. That limited edition stay locked in the plastic. Alright, okay. So you say. We don't know if that's for true because you don't do no more Nest Mudkip videos. Oh, snap. We have a $5 super chat from the homie Purified Storm. Halo Infinite. So besides the graphic issues, what are your thoughts on the overall reveal? Gameplay, art style, character interaction, story. Well, in terms of like the story and the character interactions, I'll judge it when I actually play it in full context. Halo 5 story, as everybody knows, but we'll have to see how this one unfolds. So I can't really judge it based off of that. I do like how they're bringing in the guys from Halo Wars, so that's interesting. They're like meshing the universes. Gameplay looks like Halo. It looks like Halo. It looks fun. But that's all I could say. Nothing about it is really. It strikes me as like so impressive. Like, damn, next gen is here. You know what I'm saying? It looks. To quote one of my favorite YouTubers, Scott the Waz, it looks fine. Like straight up. It looks fine. $4.99 super chat from Shaka Z. Have you heard the leaks about the Halo Infinite presentation and how the footage was old? And will you be playing it? Well, yes, I will be playing the new Halo because it's going to be on Game Pass. Game Pass is amazing. Yeah, they said the build was from a few months ago, which this is what kind of strikes me as odd. Like, listen, I get it. We're all in a lockdown. We're all in a pandemic. I understand that. But if that build was from a few months ago, I just expected more. You know what I'm saying? Like, PlayStation had no problem putting together showcases with their games, and they looked impressive. and some of those games are launching this year. So, we'll see. Neo, do you like pancakes or waffles? I am a pancake kind of guy myself. I do really like pancakes. My aunt called me a stud, and I don't know how to feel about that. Well, you know, that's what aunties do, man. They be hyping up their nephews. That's what they do. What happened to the Chris Sparks channel? Oh, it's still around. It's still around. I just got to post on it. That's what I really got to do. 343 keeps running Halo into the ground. Yo, I really want Halo Infinite to be great because I need 343 to get a W. They've had Halo for, what, close to 10 years now. They cannot keep screwing up. They have not gotten a win so far. Because Halo 4, the campaign was okay. Multiplayer was iffy. Halo 5, campaign was trash. Multiplayer was interesting. This has got to be their first certified W, man. They need it. They need it. Oh, shout out to 343. All right, take it easy, Caleb. You have a good night, brother. Take care. And Neo Game Spark 2. Well, Neo Game Spark 2 is essentially like a video dump for my streams. So that way people can watch them and not have to worry about either dealing with the Twitch interface or it becoming it being deleted from Twitch after a certain amount of time. Do you think they're going to have a Halo demo or a beta anytime soon? Well, here's the thing. Apparently, and like I said, everything is still up in the air. They were talking about how they're only going to have like a private beta and not like a public beta. Which that kind of worries me tremendously if they don't have a public beta. Like, I don't know. Things could change from now until like, you know, September, October. But I want it to be good. I just really want it to be good. All right. Favorite Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood character? My favorite? Ooh. I mean, I love all the characters in that show. Cliche, I know. But I love Ling. Love that dude to death. I love Greed. Oh, Greed is awesome. Shout out to Troy Baker. Who else, man? I really liked the arc that Hohenheim went on, and I loved how they didn't try to do that whole, well, this guy's a scumbag, but we're going to have him repent for everything, and he's going to be a good guy. Like, his relationship with Ed and Al was still fractured at the end. So I liked how that's how it was, you know? I like how they kept it real. So I loved Hohenheim's story. Oh, especially, dude, the second to last episode, man. That right there, that was the perfect ending for Hohenheim. You know, it was the end of his journey. That, so good, man. So good. But other than that, I mean, obviously, series staples, you know, the Flame Alchemist, Roy Mustang, the Strong Arm Alchemist, Alex Louise Armstrong. There's a lot of well-written characters in that show. So many of them. And for the characters who don't, like, I think the biggest fault is that not a lot of characters get a lot of screen time, but when they do, it's good. So, yeah. Oh, Hiromu, oh my God. She is so good, man. She knew when to end the series. She ended it right there, and that's it, man. God. I love that show so much, guys. Like, I rewatch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood every 2 years, and I've been putting off a rewatch recently because, you know, I've been trying to do other stuff, but it might be time. It might be time, man. It might be time, bro. That show is so good. Oh, snap. We have a $2 super chat from Colin, my boy. Hey, Chris, how are you this evening, man? I'm doing good, Colin. How are you doing? That is the most important part, Colin. How are you doing? And how is everybody else doing during this stream? How many people we got watching? We got 205 people watching. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for joining me on this Monday evening. We got a $4.99 super chat from the homie Jordy Universe. Hey, Insomniac for sure has some brothers and sisters in the room because Miles' fade is clean. Facts. Facts. They got to spread that love around to other people in the gaming industry, man, because what they did for Miles, they blessed that boy. They blessed him, you know? That 15, 16-year-old looking fresh, bro. Oh. Oh God, yeah. Bradley was unhinged in Brotherhood. That nigga was insane. Bradley in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, for me, he was literally the textbook definition of, yo, you wild. Keep going, because I want to see what happens. There'd be times where I shouldn't have done this, but I was just rooting to see Bradley kick some ass. He's the bad guy, but I wanted to see him wreck house. That nigga, he just, bro. He did not care, man. He's like, everybody's going down. That man, bro. Someone get me Miles' barber, please. Facts. I need to. I haven't gone. I was supposed to go to the barber last week, but my barber is on he's on vacation right now. So I have to wait until he comes back tomorrow to take care of all this. But it's good, you know? I like growing my hair. I don't like getting it cut every single 2 weeks, even though that is the rule. But I think when I do get my haircut, it's gonna be the same thing up here. But I think I'm just going to leave this. I might just get it straightened up. Because I'll just say this, guys. I kind of miss having that beard. I miss having that little beard. You know, 3 months of growth. I miss that. So this is like 5 weeks, ironically. It's not that much, I know. But I'm thinking of just keeping this growing out. Taking care of it. You know, get some beard, personal care. And just having this, you know. Having it go on, man. Do you know the YouTube channel called Girlfriend Reviews? If so, what are your thoughts? I've seen them floating around on Twitter, but I've never watched them, so I can't say. Yeah, that's why I think I'm just going to edge it up, you know, straighten things out, get rid of a couple of the stragglers, and then just keep it going, man. Keep it going. Have you ever watched Dark? It's so mind-blowing. It's been on my Netflix list since October, and I haven't started it yet because there's so many shows. All right. Is there a better anime villain than Dio? Well, Dio is up there. He is up there, man. Alrighty. We have a $5 super chat from the homie Suna. Jump Force would have been a godsend if they got the devs from Ultimate Jump Stars to do it. Case in point, 2 One Piece fighters on DS. God tier. Jump Force would have been such a competent game if they got anyone other than Spike Chunsoft. I would take BioWare working on freaking Jump Force than Spike Chunsoft. Why do they keep giving these people the anime licenses? They came out, because they did, what was the other one? J-Star Victory Versus? That shit was trash. Then they come out and they do Jump Force. Like, I need to sit in some of these Japanese business meetings, because apparently the more times you fail, you just catapult yourself into success. That's what kills me. Oh, we still got to stream Jump Force too. Ugh. Man, Jump Force. I know that's somebody's game of the year, though. Oh, what's up, Julian Harris? How you doing, bro? Avanti, hey, listen. I know J-Stars was your game of the generation. I get it, bro. I'm just saying, it's kind of like, nah, fam. It's cheap and it's easy. I know, but I just don't want my anime games to be like the hooker down the street, bro. Can't be like that. We deserve better. We deserve fighters. Oh, we got a $20 super chat from Colin, my boy. What would your ideal Naruto game be? What studio would you want working on it? I would love a JRPG done with the Naruto story and characters. I think it'd be interesting and a fresh idea instead of just a 2D fighter. Anything other than a 2D fighter, I will agree with you on that. As far as my ideal Naruto game, honestly, well, here's the thing. I go back and forth because on the one hand, I would love for them to do a legit open world Naruto game. I'm talking legit, not this, no, like with the Storm games, they're not open world. They're literally just missions and then you going to the mission objectives. It doesn't benefit from being an open world. So if it is an open world and you can explore the other villages, I would love for that to have weight, you know, add dimensions, make them 3D, you know, make it feel like what I'm doing is actually affecting the village and the reputation of the character and actually doing side quests that matter. So at the same time, I would love that, but I would not be opposed to it just being what they've done before, you know, with, what's it called? Honestly? Okay. I thought about this right now. I would not be opposed if they're gonna make that Naruto game somewhat linear, or at least you interact with the open world, but it's not crazy. I wouldn't mind it if the battle system was set up like the Final Fantasy VII remake. Because as you've seen, Cloud, Tifa, Barret, all these characters play different to one another. You have all three of them on the screen at the same time, so it's like you're a Genin team, and you can just switch between them. You can do whatever. You can take down enemies in the environment. You can fight bosses, and you can make them like over the top cinematic. And then you can have your one-on-ones for the Chunin exam. Damn. We might have to call up Square Enix. That's what we gotta do. Yeah. Oh man. That's hey man, maybe. We might have to call up Square Enix. That's like, Okay, so that's what I would like. If they can mix that battle system where it's like quasi strategy, turn-based, quasi full-on action, I'd be okay with that, because I really did love the 7 Remakes combat. I really did. And if they could just give us like that storytelling, we mix in some of like the social links and the confidants from Persona into there, and so we actually can develop the side characters and their relationship with Naruto. Then you could bring people on your team for missions. And then you can have an online component where you can like create your own ninja with your squad, and you can go on missions, and this is just too ambitious. Colin, why would you say this? Because now I'm just like, I want this game to exist, and now it's never going to exist. We're just gonna get another fucking Shinobi Strikers. Another Storm game. Make it stop. Make it stop. Someone needs to hire you, bro. Nintendo, hire this man. Bro, I'm sorry, but it's just too ambitious. It's too ambitious for the one track One Piece World Seeker ponies, man. It's too ambitious for them. It is too ambitious. And I cry myself to sleep at night. Oh, God. But thank you for that, Colin. You got the creative juices flowing. You really did. Shout out to Colin. Actually, you know what? Man, my man Colin, man. You know what, man? Make you a mod, Colin. All right. Well, $5 super chat from Ayon Mahamud. What's good, Neo? What is your favorite part of JoJo's and why? All right. Are we talking like which one of the parts, or are you talking like individual moments in JoJo history? So if we're talking individual moments, I love any encounter with Dio. Any type of fight with Dio is fun. Of course, Stardust Crusaders and all that with the fights with Dio was incredible. But if anything, I gotta say, like, part 4 to me is the JoJo that I had the most amount of fun experiencing. Now, I've only seen the anime. I have not caught up with all the manga yet. That's next on my to-do list. But I really enjoyed watching part 4 a lot. In addition, I really like rewatching a lot of JoJo, because I've noticed my opinions on JoJo from like when I first watched it years ago to when I rewatched it like 3 years ago, they changed drastically. Because before then, I used to hate part 1. I couldn't stand part 1. I thought it was just so boring and like, why does this exist? And then when I sat down and I watched it and read it in full context, I was like, so this is what he was going for. Okay. And then part 2 was great. Part 3, I would say, is like the weakest link of the ones I've seen, but I understand why people like it. I understand why it blew up in popularity. I just felt a lot of Stardust Crusaders was very bloated. Like, they could have cut a lot of stuff that happened there. Even though they had amazing moments, there was just too much, like, God, why is this so long for the sake of being long? But yeah, I would say I really enjoyed part 4 a lot. But I like JoJo as a whole. I love every part of JoJo, as cliche as that sounds, but it's JoJo's great. I'm excited to hear about, I think it was part 7. Everybody said that's like his magnum opus, like where he just hit his peak, like, yo, this is the shit. That's what I've been hearing from people anyway. Okay. Been meaning to make a video because Persona 4 has been taking up my time. I literally just took a break because the secret boss manhandled me. Yeah, bro. Some of them bosses in Persona 4, they will humble you. But that's awesome, man. I'm glad you are enjoying it. Persona 4 is an amazing game. Has anyone here picked up Persona 4 on PC? Maybe playing it for the first time? Because that game is awesome. Are you playing Grounded at 12? It's going to be lit. Oh, that's right. It comes out tomorrow. I do need to download Grounded. Let me, hold on. I think I'm going to download that on PC. Shout out to Xbox. Shout out to Xbox and shout out to the 185 people watching. Thank you guys for coming. Let me see. I'm just on the Xbox app. Let me find Grounded. Well, Grounded has the game preview. Because I know it comes on Xbox. You can download on Xbox. I'm going to download it on PC. Maybe Gabe wants to play it. All right. Once again, shout out to the mods. Shout out to Danix. Shout out to Fostings. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Join the Discord community. Subscribe. Do what you do. Thank you for the support, everybody. Y'all are the best. Let's see. Neo, do you have nostalgia for the Wii? Oh, yeah. I have nostalgia for the old school days of the Wii. Y'all remember, like, I still remember when I bought my Wii. I've told this story before. I'll probably make a separate video about it. But I have so much nostalgia for just opening up the Wii, setting it up, playing Wii Sports for the first time. And to this day, Wii Sports is still one of my all-time favorite games. Like, to me, Wii Sports is the ultimate video game. Like, that's the textbook definition of what a game is. Anybody can pick up and play, have fun, play for hours. I remember the first night I got my Wii, my sister and I, we were just sitting here till like 3 o'clock in the morning, just playing bowling and the boxing game and having so much fun. It was like a Wii commercial in real life. It was so good, man. I loved playing the Wii, man. I mean, yeah, it didn't have the best graphics. It didn't have all the third-party games, but oh man, it was magical, man. I remember that Wii story. You ruined that kid's future by getting that Wii. Oh, don't say that, nostalgia trip. Who was I to say? I just got there first, bro. Did you hear that Kojima's working on a horror game? Yeah, he's collaborating with what's his name? Junji Ito? So we'll see what that comes from. What comes from that? I think the PS2 graphics is the Wii. Yeah, the Wii is essentially just a souped up GameCube. It's just like a super GameCube. It's not that powerful at all. If you actually look into the architecture, it's literally just two GameCubes duct taped together. Death Stranding was an interesting game. Death Stranding, I need to get back to finishing it, but if I'm being honest, guys, after I played Ghost of Tsushima, I dread going back to Death Stranding. Like, I am going to finish it, but I just put 6 hours into Death Stranding, and I feel so lifeless. Like, I haven't amounted to anything. Whereas I play Ghost of Tsushima, and that game just makes me feel good, man. It makes me feel good about life, guys. Oh, man. You guys are bringing up so much nostalgia. Did you know that in the Xbox Game Showcase, they had 9 minutes of gameplay, and the PS4 had 6 minutes of gameplay? Yeah, I know that. But the thing is, it's not about the amount of gameplay for them comparing it to the PS5. It's the fact that Microsoft set the expectations of, you're going to see the power of the Xbox Series X, and we didn't see the power of the Xbox Series X. So that's why people are just getting on them for that. Do you think the PS5 is a better exclusive lineup than the Series X? Xbox is better in my opinion. It's just that their marketing is terrible. Also, did you see the medium gameplay? If you're talking about new stuff, I haven't seen the new stuff they put out. I saw what was in the show. But exclusives, I mean, I think Xbox has a good lineup of games. A lot of them aren't coming out for like the next 3 years. So when we get to that point, we'll have that conversation of what exclusives are best. And remember, just because a game looks good and they hype it up, for all we know, Fable could be trash. I'm not saying it is. It's being developed by Playground. Playground's a good studio. But Xbox is just, their track record this generation is not favorable at all. You know? their best games, I'm talking their best high quality AAA games, have just been more of the same. They've had some good smaller studio success like Ori and the Blind Forest, and then we've seen games evolve into good experiences like Sea of Thieves, but it's still missing those X Factor games. We'll see though. Like I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. $4.99 super chat from Asbel Launch. You should react to both the final Vinland Saga episodes, a 2-in-1 session. That I was just gonna ask you that, bro. I asked it like 40 minutes later, wondering if it's like the last 2 episodes, because I stopped at the second to last episode. So if anything, I'll record my reaction to it. I don't know how I can upload that to YouTube safely. I might have to do some editing where it's transparent so you can't see it or something like that. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I will react to it. Thank you for the support, Asbel. $10 super chat from Colin, my boy. I wouldn't necessarily trust Square with the Naruto license if FF15 and Kingdom Hearts 3 is anything to go off of. I think Atlas can do a lot of interesting things, though. Yeah, I'm just saying, we were talking realistically, you know? Like, I didn't want to talk about the skeletons in their closet. I just think it could potentially work if Square Enix was handling the combat system. But yeah, Atlas in general could do a lot of good stuff. Shout out to the Trauma series on the Wii. Hey, I see you too are a man of culture. I remember playing, what was that game? Trauma Center Second Opinion? Y'all remember that? Oh man, bringing back the memories. Should Guerrilla Games make a new Killzone to play as the Hellgast? If I'm being honest, no. I don't think Guerrilla should go back to Killzone. If it's going to be the same Killzone that we're used to, man, I don't know. I can't. Killzone is only okay. Like, if Killzone did not have the graphics that it did, nobody would care about it. Like, let's just be real about life for a second. Nobody would care about Killzone if it didn't have those crazy graphics. Killzone, outside of its graphics, is just an average shooter. Nobody likes to hear that, but it's true. So I actually liked that they went ahead and did Horizon, because they finally gave us a game that's like definitively great. Killzone 2 was cool, but Horizon's just like, damn, man. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Square does need to bring back the Chrono games. What are your non-tech hobbies? So outside of all this stuff, we're talking about hobbies. Let's see. Well, obviously, you know, I love working out. I love going to the gym. Here recently, I've been dipping my toe in the stock market and learning a lot about trading and things like that. Oh, Grounded just got installed. That was quick. I didn't expect it to install that quick. It says it's only like 4 gigs though, so I don't know why it installed so quick. Maybe it's gonna download more. I don't know, but it says play, so I'm not sure. I'll look at that later. But yeah, so for me, it's like I've been learning a lot about the stock market, things like that. And that's been interesting. As far as like outside hobbies from those, as you get older in life, guys, your hobbies become very much so, they become very limited. You just focus on the things that you really want to do, things you get enjoyment from, things that are going to better your life experience. So for me right now, I'm playing a lot of games, doing stuff like that, because it benefits me as far as YouTube's concerned, and I have fun doing it. Likewise, I'm learning more about the stock market and building up my portfolio, because I want to have different revenue streams coming in and other things like that. But yeah, I'm just always about bettering myself, you know, learning as much as I can while I have time on this planet. And just, yeah, that's basically it, you know? Like, I don't really consider, like, what's a hobby of yours? Well, I like walking. Like, okay, that's a great hobby, walking. Will every game be 4K native on Xbox and PlayStation 5? I don't believe so. If I'm being honest, I think that we're going to get a lot of games that are like 1880p upscale to 4K or close to it, because it depends on how graphically intensive the game is. It depends on how much of a hit ray tracing will affect the games, the frame rate. I think we'll see a lot of 4K native games, but they'll probably just be 30 frames. And if they are 60, they're not going to be like that much graphically intense, you know? Hello, Zookmaster. Welcome to the stream. How's your day been? What have you done? My day has been chill, man. Y'all know how my Mondays are. You know, I woke up, took care of errands, worked out, and then I hit up for the stream, y'all. Honestly, that is anyone in their 20s. That's what it should be, but I don't want to extend it to just your 20s. There's some people in their 30s who are still lost on what they should do. You know, like, there's no time like now, you know, just do what you do, better yourself, have fun. Are you going to play Grounded tomorrow on Game Pass? Well, I just downloaded it on PC, so if anything after the stream, I might start playing it, see what it's all about. And then I might stream it later on. All right, we have a $2 super chat from the homie Suna. Shin Megami Tensei 5's Persona by Arc Shin Megami Tensei 5. Wait, no. You mean Shin Megami Tensei versus Persona. I got mixed up at first. By Arc System with Spark of War. Oh, I'm here for that kind of game. I'm definitely here for that. People are going to be like, yes, I can finally beat those Persona babies. That'd be really good. Xbox One S will hit 720p on Halo Infinite. Yeah, 720p most likely. That's how it is for a lot of Xbox One games. So that's like, honestly, if you have an Xbox, I feel like you should be gaming on the X, because the games actually run at a good resolution. And when you have these nice TVs, man, 720p don't look good no more, man. Even 1080p is starting to look kind of spooky. Marcus, what's going on, brother? Welcome. Did you talk about Halo Infinite yet? Yeah, we spoke about it in the beginning. Spoke about it a few times. Do you think they'll make VR in the PS5? Yes, Jordan. Sony is fully committed to VR. They just haven't announced it because they want all the attention to be on the console itself. But I think within the next year or two, they'll come out with like a PSVR Model 2. Or technically Model 3, because they did a revision. Slight revision. And it'll have a better interface, higher resolution, be easier to set up. It might be wireless. So, yeah, I definitely think it's possible. What is your view on Balan's Wonderworld? I'm excited for it. I love these spiritual successors to classic franchises. I love the fact that some of these these creatives are like, you know what? You don't want to make this game anymore, so I'm a Kickstarter and we're going to do it. I think that in more situations than not, it has paid off. So I'm excited. I hope it ends up being a good game. Neo, I'm about to face Shido in Persona 5. His palace was the hardest for me. Oh, shit. I think you'd be alright, though. You'd be good. Also, that last video you made, shaking my damn head. What was up with that Kirby slander? I don't know what you're talking about, Marcus. I have no idea. What anime series ranks higher to you? Dragon Ball Z or Naruto? Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was just more consistent across the board, and it knew when to end. Whereas Naruto just kept going on and on and on, and the plot got really convoluted, and they started contradicting things in the story. It just... ugh. For Vinland, I recommend watching only your reaction audio so we can match up the time episodes on our end. Just give us the time step, and that way we get the full reactions. Yeah, I saw some people doing that, like watch-alongs for movies, and there's the time code in the bottom. So I might do that. Definitely. Will Cyberpunk look better on the Xbox Series X or the PS5? Realistically, I think that both versions are going to look exactly the same. I mean, there might be slight differences between them, but we'll have to see as far as like how well they are optimized. I think the Xbox will edge out the PS5 version just because they've been working closely with Xbox to optimize the game for not only the One X but the Series X. So yeah, we'll see though. Have you watched Demon Slayer? No, I haven't. It's on my list though. I just have so many series to get through, but it's on there. Oh, $4.99 from Asbel Lant. Apparently Iyuden, which is the Suikoden spinoff, did real well on Kickstarter. Yes, the Suikoden spinoff, it reached all of its stretch goals. It reached the stretch goal to get funded in addition to console versions, and it hasn't even been a day yet. So that game is getting made, and I am excited to see what comes from it. Thoughts on Hunter x Hunter? Amazing series. Attack on Titan is the GOAT. I need to watch... I need to watch the latest season because I'm behind on that one. Because everyone keeps saying Attack on Titan gets like God tier. I think... what did you say? This Kirby disrespect gotta stop. Y'all sitting here playing Animal Crossing but won't play Kirby. It's chill. But... nah, don't you dare come in here and compare Kirby to freaking Animal Crossing. Kirby, you play that shit for 4 hours, you're done. $60 out the window. Animal Crossing is Chad tier. Kirby, nah, fam. Nah, Marcus be going in there. He be pre-ordering Kirby Dreamland Superstar Adventure with no difficulty whatsoever. I don't know about this man, Marcus. He be kind of spooky, y'all. Shout out to Marcus. He the homie, though. Oh, man. Oh, your PS3 is finally starting to kick the bucket, Eric? Oh, man. I got to check to see if because I haven't booted up my PS3 in like 6 years. It's been a while. Ooh, a $5 super chat from Cy Mill. The optimum monitor for the Xbox Series X, 4K 60 frames or 1440p 144 frames. Xbox Series X has games at 120, and they'll have more in the future. 4K 144 FPS is out of my budget. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to, before I make a lot of investments in new technology, I'm just going to go ahead and see what these consoles are pushing for, you know? Because I think that they are going to have games at 120 frames per second, but will those be, like, in abundance? I think we'll see some of them, like racing games and all that. Maybe some shooting games. But I don't really think the big budget games, the graphically intensive games are going to be pushing that high fidelity. But who knows? We'll see. They might offer more performance options. But yeah, I need to get myself a new monitor. I'm just too cheap to buy a new monitor. I just don't want to, because the monitor I want to buy, like, I don't need a 4K gaming monitor. I don't. But when I start looking at the price between a 4K gaming monitor and a 1440p monitor, high refresh rates, they're almost within the same realm, but I get the high refresh rate on the 1440p one. So it's like, oh, I just don't want to drop the money on another monitor like that, because after I bought the TV, the PC, I was like, I'm done buying tech for a while. But yeah, I probably will before the end of the year. Let's see. Do you recommend upgrading to Xbox One X if you already have the One S but aren't getting the Series X day one? In that situation, it depends on how much time you're waiting to buy the Series X, because the One X is it's going to be out of print soon. So if you can find one for $300 right now, I would say sure. But if I'm being honest with you, Jamal, get the Series X day one. If you don't have the Xbox One X right now and you can't get it at an affordable price, get the Series X. Because, yeah, you'll be paying $200 more, but you're going to be good for the whole generation. As opposed to the Xbox One X, which you'll pay a little less now, but you'll only be good for like 2 years. So I would say just wait for the Series X. Even though you know you're not going to be like, you don't have anything there day one, it makes no sense to just stick with the Xbox One S, buy the One X, and then get the Series X in 2 years, when you could just get the Series X day one and be good for the whole generation. Let's see. I'll sell you my 4K monitor for a good price. Oh, how you, what you looking? What? Drop the specs. What that 4K monitor looking like? What's that? What's the refresh rate? What's everything, man? 1440p 144 Hertz is the best, man. Yeah. I was, I was at Micro Center when I bought my PC, and I saw them nice monitors they had. Ooh, boy, that shit was good. My problem is I want to get like a bigger than the one I have now, because I have a 24-inch monitor, and it's good for this setup, but I want to have something bigger. I want to have like a 27-28, but them shits is like over $300. And I'm just like, damn, bro. You know? And I mean, it's good tech. It is good tech, and I am going to get use out of it, but it's still like, damn, bro. You know? My dad bought me a PS3 when the PS4 came out. Well, if you are a fan of JRPGs, you were good, though. You were good. Because there was a lot of JRPGs that came out on the PS3 after the PS4 launched. Do you think Xbox lock card is a possibility in the first half of 2021? Ooh, I think that's suicide if they release that console after the Series X. They need to launch them together, because that way people have options. If people are like, who's going to wait like 4 or 5 months just to get a cheaper Xbox that's less powerful, you know? Unless that shit is portable. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting those ultra wide monitors nostalgia, but that shit just gets up. It gets up there in price. Have you ever played Jet Set Radio? And have you heard they're making a comeback with Cyberpunk? Yes, I have. I've played both. I played Jet Set Radio, and I'm excited about that little spiritual successor they got going on. What RPGs do you recommend playing right now on the One X? If we're talking about RPGs in general, okay, let's see. The Witcher 3 is like my top tier go-to. Witcher 3, Dragon Age Inquisition is pretty good. Lost Odyssey, it's backwards compatible with the Xbox 360. Let's see, what other RPGs? I mean, it's much easier for me to make this comparison on PlayStation because they have a lot of Japanese games. Any of the Obsidian titles that are on there, I think you're really going to enjoy it. 4K, 60 IPS, 32 inch. Oh, okay. Interesting. Are you going to check out the new Bleach anime? Yeah, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see what it's hitting for. I'm going to see. I'm going to give it a shot. Do you play any retro consoles? What's your favorite classic video game? Well, I don't really play any retro video game systems. It's just not me. Like, for me, I play games when they're in the moment, and the most I'll go back is maybe like one generation. If I start going back further, it's because like I just want to whip out a console to have fun with friends, like have a party or whatever. But as a whole, I'm not really into retro video game collecting. I don't go out there and buy a lot of retro games just for the sake of. It's just not me, you know? Like, I had a lot of fun playing those games when I was younger, but then now I'm just like, oh, I moved on to like the next generation, you know? Also, I live in New York, so I'll deliver it to you. Yo, hit up my DMs on Twitter. We'll continue talking about this. Let's see. Neo, you care about ray tracing? I mean, it's just like one of those graphical features. I'm like, yeah, it'll be cool, but I'm not going to lose sleep if it don't got ray tracing, you know what I'm saying? Would you take HDR instead? Sure, why not? HDR is great. I do not watch The Flash. I stopped watching after, I think, season 3. Would you really consider Yakuza an RPG, though, Nostalgia Trip? I mean, it's got elements. I don't know if it's really like an RPG, though. I don't believe the PS5 is going to be backwards compatible with the PS3. If it is, by some crazy miracle, I think it's going to be set up like the Xbox, where you don't have full backwards compatibility. It's literally just you insert the disc and then it downloads a version from the internet for you. But then you run into the licensing issue where you you have to wait for Sony to negotiate with all these other publishers. So I think Xbox got it right with the way they did backwards compatibility, because it's not perfect. It isn't. But they did what they did, man. They went the extra mile to do that. They said the PS5 will work on PS4 games. No, well, they were testing 100 of the top games, the ones that people played, to see how well they would run. But it's going to be backwards compatible with everything. The wording was just a little off. Let's see. Neo, what keyboard do you have? I just have this Red Dragon keyboard. I got it from Micro Center when I bought my computer. I couldn't even begin to tell you the model number, bro. Let me see. What is this? See, literally, this is how little I know about these keyboards. Red Dragon Deva Rajas K556. I just bought this because it was on sale. Like, I'm not a competitive gamer like that, so I don't need to have all the fancy schmancy tech. I just need a good keyboard for me to do my stuff, and I'm okay. Wait, Neo, you live in New York? Yes, sir. Been here my whole life. Not New York City, though. I live outside the city. Little up north. Ray tracing is a big graphical leap in technology, and it was only capable in pre-rendered scenes. It's amazing how it can be used in games in real time. Yeah, it is. It's going to benefit games visually. But for me, it's not like I'm only playing this game because of the ray tracing. You know what I'm saying? Do you think online pay should be taken off? If Microsoft goes ahead, if they go ahead and do that, I'm all for it. I do think that if Microsoft removes Xbox Live, which I'm not saying they will, I'm not saying they won't, but if they were to do that, that would be huge. Like, that would literally send a ripple in the gaming industry, and if Sony doesn't drop their PlayStation Plus, like I'm talking immediately, like there's gonna be some fallout. No pun intended, because you can't just have one company charging for, well, technically Nintendo, but you know it's a different battle. You can't just have one company charging $60 a year for PlayStation Plus and then Xbox is not. Realistically, some people are saying they're going to fold it into Game Pass. So the only subscription you buy is going to be Game Pass for a year, which I can see them doing that. But man, if they drop that paywall, the comedy is going to be crazy. We're going to be seeing people do backflips for paid online when they were just trashing Microsoft last generation for paid online. Do you think people should get a new 4K 120 Hertz monitor or TV for the Series X, seeing as so it'll cost more than a console? Well, that's the thing. TVs are all good TVs that take advantage of like 4K and have all the good features. They're going to cost more than the consoles themselves. They are. Like my TV costs like $600. Because, you know, it's got good features. It's got 4K. It's got Dolby Atmos. It's got the HDR. It's got all those good things. And this is considered a mid-range TV. So, yeah, you can't expect to get like a top-of-the-line 4K TV for $299. You know, you can get a 4K TV, but it's not going to be like, yo, take the full advantage of what you got. Especially when you start getting into the higher refresh rates, that's where the prices go up. PS5 will be running PS1 through PS4 games thanks to the Azure. Yeah, Microsoft is working with Sony as far as utilizing their servers, so I could see that being a thing. But again, if they're all streaming, it's just going to be PlayStation Now, you know? And I'm not a big fan of streaming my old games. What kind of laptop would you recommend for an engineering major in terms of RAM? I'm not the best person to go to when it comes to these type of recommendations for technology. You know, I would say just watch some videos from some tech YouTubers, like Linus Tech Tips is one of the best in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. If you buy a really nice laptop or a PC in general, it's going to be a good overall device to do a lot of things, you know? But hello to all the people joining the chat. Hello, guys. Hello. It's good to see everybody. Yeah, people are listing some good people to check out. What studio should Sony buy? Personally, I don't think Sony needs to be going out there and buying any studios right now. Like, to me, it's like, I only say a company should acquire a studio if they can make that studio exponentially better than what they are now, you know? I don't necessarily think by them acquiring, like, what was the rumor going around? They would acquire Remedy. You know, yeah, they're going to make them so much better. Maybe they'll get a bigger budget, but I don't know. It's like not a rush for them to do that. Sony's very picky with the studios that they buy, and for good reason, you know? Linus is picky, which I like. Yeah, that's why I love Linus. He'll tell it like it is. He'll tell it like it is, whether people like it or not. That's why I love him. Okay, that's why I like to see y'all giving some recommendations. Y'all giving some recommendations on this laptop. Good stuff. That's what the community is all about. There are journalists who say Xbox Series X will be the last console by Microsoft. Well, normally I would say don't listen to journalists, because journalists were the ones saying that this is going to be the last generation for traditional consoles. Everything is going to be smartphones and mobile, and they all said that last gen. And look what happened. But I do think there is some credence to the idea that this could potentially be one of the last consoles for Microsoft. Depending on how well they do with the Series X, I feel like if the revenue that they're earning off of Game Pass is so good on console and PC, they might just start looking into other alternatives to get people to Xbox. So they might just come out with a streaming box for xCloud, have that in your setup, and you can play it there. You know, but at the same time, with having the consoles, you know, because I mean, here's the thing, because depending on how good they do with something, they might leaning in towards that direction entirely. So if they come out with a digital console, like let's just say the Lockhart comes out and it's a smash hit, it's a big success. Let's just say for Microsoft, it makes more money than the Series X. Let's just put that into the universe. And it's all digital. Microsoft is going to lean more towards that next generation. They're going to focus on that because they're getting the most amount of revenue and they'll have Game Pass. So what's to stop them from literally just making a Steam box, which is just a PC, but sold to the everyday user as a gaming machine? Like streaming and all those things is going to be the future. Subscriptions and service models is the future, unfortunately. So I think that if Microsoft sees that they're not making money on the consoles anymore, they might just stick to PCs and making Steam boxes and cloud devicing and computing and all that. But we don't know, man. We don't know. Anything can change. Like I said, people thought that smartphones and tablets would take over this generation, and they didn't. Oh, we have a $10 super chat from Colin, my boy. Here's an interesting question. What era do you consider to be the golden age of rock music? I consider the late 60s to the 80s to be when rock music was at its peak. Oh, dude. Straight up, that time period exactly. Like it was about 20 years where like all the greats came into the mix and they were doing all their stuff and people were experimenting and trying different things. And then ever since then, you've had people who were gaining inspiration from that and doing some great things later on. But that was definitely the peak, especially the 80s, man. Especially the 80s. Do you think we've reached graphics quality peak? No, I don't believe we have. I know a lot of people are saying that, but every generation, they always come out with a game that just looks so pretty. Like, I remember people were saying last generation, Uncharted 2 and Crysis 3, they look so good. Graphics aren't going to get any better than this. And then look what happens now. Red Dead Redemption 2 just looks jaw-dropping gorgeous. The games are always going to look better. They're always going to find ways to make not only the world look better, but for the world to feel more alive. So the things that you took for granted before, now you can interact with them. Like when you're going through the trees and the trees are ruffling and then the snow falls off them. Like things like that. I just started using Game Pass a few days ago thanks to one of your reviews, and it's honestly amazing. I've always been a PlayStation guy, but I had one laying around and decided to try it. It's eye-opening. Yes. Game Pass is amazing. Shout out to the 206 people watching. Shout out to y'all. If you haven't hit that like button already, y'all know what to do. But yes, Game Pass is dope, bro. Game Pass is amazing. There's so many different types of games to play on there. And even if you just buy an Xbox for $300 and you subscribe to Game Pass, bro, the amount of entertainment you get off of it, it pays for itself. And the Steam boxes flopped hard. Well, the thing about the Steam boxes, Danix, is Steam, they did not know how to market that thing. They came out with Steam boxes that were like $400 all the way up to like a couple thousand. So a lot of people didn't even know what they were buying. It's not as easy as going to the store and, hey, this is the PlayStation 4. This is the PlayStation 4 Pro. This is the Xbox. This is the Xbox One X. With the Steam boxes, they were like, all right, here's this $400 machine. Here's the $700 one. Here's this VR compatible one. Here's this $1,500 one. What's the difference between the $1,500 one and the $2,000 one? Oh, just run games at 10 frames better. It was just so confusing. Way too many options. And then they licensed it out to so many different companies. So it wasn't just like one centralized person making them. So it got so confusing, man. I love Game Pass, but it needs more games. Oh, yeah, I'm always down for more games. I am always down for more games on Game Pass, man. What about y'all? What games do y'all think they should add to Game Pass? Because for me, I already got my wish. They added all the Kingdom Hearts games. They've got Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, and 3. Every Kingdom Hearts game is on there. They're adding the Yakuza games. They're adding Dragon Quest 11 at the end of the year. They've got a lot of stuff, man. They've got a lot of stuff. To me, I think they should add more Japanese support. So the more games they port to Xbox, like Japanese titles, they should bring those. Yo, you know what would be like? Well, they did have GTA 5 before. GTA 5 was on Game Pass, and then when it went down, they put Red Dead Redemption 2. They should add Ninja Gaiden Black. Okay, definitely. Legend of Heroes. If only. Do they have Celeste on Game Pass? They do not. I'm not sure if it ever was on Game Pass, though. They need to add some more expansions and DLCs. If you're talking about For Game Pass, yeah, I've noticed that some. Well, here's the thing: Game Pass, some games come with the DLCs, others don't. That was what was very weird. But if I had to pick a real bombshell of a game that would ever come on Game Pass, if Microsoft showed up and announced that Persona 5 was coming to Game Pass, bro. Just if they announced that Persona 5 was coming to Game Pass and it wasn't coming to the Switch, could you just imagine the internet imploding? Like, dude, that would just be like a what the fuck moment. Did you hear about the big announcement from Sony tomorrow? What big announcement? I know there were some rumors about Cuphead coming to PS4. That's all I know, though. Oh, God, if they announce all the Persona 5 games for Game Pass, dude. If they came out with a XO event and they're like, we're bringing Persona 5 to Game Pass, woo! But we don't stopping there. We're bringing Persona 3 and Persona 4, and it's all color-coded. Yo, they would just, whew, they would clean house, man. Did you build your PC or did you buy pre-built? Only asking because I'm figuring out what I should do. Well, I bought a pre-built machine, but it was manufactured by Micro Center. I'm not sure if you have one in your area, but Micro Center is like a PC gamer's heaven. If you like technology in general, it's great. And their pre-built machines, they're built to spec. So essentially what you're paying for comes down to roughly what you would pay for the parts. Pre-built machines beforehand had this really bad track record of you're paying basically for it to be made for you. So there was like that $200 upcharge and the parts weren't necessarily the best bang for your buck. So in my situation, I was looking up and I was like, all right, because it was hard for me to build a PC a few months ago because all the parts were out of stock because of the shutdown. But then I found this on Micro Center and it was literally the same price as what I would have paid for my parts. So I was like, yeah, let me go for this. So it just all depends. You have to pick and choose. Read the reviews for some of them, but if you buy it from Micro Center, you're pretty much good. Yeah, the Mario games, Bree, they're supposed to be announced soon. Some people are speculating August they might do it, because I think August is the Mario anniversary, right? All we got is a Best Buy. Yeah, Best Buy is not like the best place to buy gaming PCs. I mean, there are a few there, but it's not like bang for your buck gaming PCs. That's literally where like your grandma would go to buy a computer for little Timmy to play Fortnite. That's literally it. You excited for Crystal Chronicles? Honestly, no. I mean, I played it back in the day. It was fun. But I'm looking at these remaster and it don't look like a remaster, bro. That shit look like a straight port. Looking kind of spooky. Can you tell us your dream vacation? I would really love to go to Japan. I was supposed to go to Japan this year, but obviously the world had different plans. Japan is where I want to go. I want to go to Japan, visit a lot of parts of Asia. I want to go to Europe. Well, revisit Europe because I went to Paris. I just want to go everywhere. That's basically what it is. Hello, Art Wishwood. Welcome, welcome. How you feel about State of Decay 3? Well, I've never played the State of Decay games. I know some people like it, but they are very buggy. And they have their issues, and it took them a while to fix it. But I'm excited. It's another Xbox game to be announced. Hopefully this one launches feature complete, and it's not a buggy mess. Are you going to play Horizon on PC? Yes, I will be playing it on PC. I can't wait to... Ooh, that game is going to be beautiful at that 60 frames! Cannot wait. Persona 5... Scramble will come to Xbox before the main game because Atlas nostalgia trip. Don't put that into the universe. But I am not surprised. That could potentially happen. Atlas. Now they bring the dancing games over before anything else. Do you have corporate sponsorships, perhaps kept on the down low? No, I do not have any corporate sponsorships at all. And if I did have sponsorships, I would disclose them 100% to you guys because I don't feel that's genuine, you know, because I've been on YouTube for so long. I'm not in it for the money. I mean, the money is a nice perk, but I want to be honest about things. So if a tech company is, let's just say, throwing me a stipend every month for things and they want me to talk about their products, I'll talk about them. But I'm not going to be like, oh, this amazing product is so great and I use it every day. And meanwhile, the product is trash. Like, I'm sure you've seen a lot of YouTubers who do stuff like that. They're pimping out products that you know for a fact that shit ain't good. They don't use them. I just not. That ain't for me, man. That ain't for me. If anything, if I had a corporate sponsorship to pimp out products, like let's just say graphics cards, I'd be like, hey, this company sent me this graphics card. It's really nice. It's great. Here's a discount code if you guys want to use it. Go ahead. But I'm not gonna be on here saying, wow, you know. So I woke up this morning and I was having my morning bowl of AMD loops. Oh, and speaking of AMD, did you guys hear they put out this brand new graphics card? Yeah, it's the AMD Radeon 9700 XT. It's a really cool card. Like, man, y'all get that nonsense out of here. Fuck out of here. All YouTubers using Raycons. Yo, what else they be using? They be using like Raycons, Raid Shadow Legends, G Fuel. Oh, God, man, they just be on. They on it with that. Oh, we have a $5 super chat from the homie Grants. Check the Facebook? Sure. Okay, send a question here because I think it might have been too long for YouTube. So Infinite is going to be a reboot for new players without past game knowledge. It's going to be a sequel to Halo 5 that rewards current players with the next chapter of the story with new mysteries. The second music composer is Gareth Coker, who did Ori 1 and 2. Halo Infinite is Halo 6, 7, 8, and 9, a platform for 10 years with big next-gen DLC, new 5 to 10 hour campaigns, and the graphics will improve a ton like a new Halo game every 1 to 3 years, not live service like Destiny, though. So there's a lot from that. So yes, obviously their goal is to bring in more Halo people into the mix. Make a game for the fans that appeals to the fans. That much is true. The composer, God, what he did on Ori is amazing. So him tackling Halo is so wow. But I want to know how long he's been working on the score. That's the one thing that bothers me because they just announced he was working on the score. So now Halo being a platform for the next 10 years, I mean, if they're going to keep doing like more story campaigns and you just buy the new seasons or whatever, to me that does kind of feel like Destiny, you know, and it does feel like all these live service games and these MMOs, which if it works, cool, but that's not Halo. This is something completely different. I don't know, man. This comes off really like a live service type of game. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not. But it seems like it. If this is the platform for 10 years, like how else is this not going to be like a live service game, you know? That's the one thing that bothers me. I really hope it is story complete from the get-go because we don't need another Halo 5. We don't. But thank you for the super chat, Grant. I appreciate it. We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. They really do be drinking that G Fuel. Yo, I be seeing it, man. I be seeing it. I actually like my Raycons. Oh, snap. Here we go. Hey, guys. This is NGS, and this video is brought to you by Manscaped. Oh, God. Manscaped, Blue Apron, HelloFresh, Dollar Shave Club. Oh. Shout out to Fostings and shout out to Danix for doing such an amazing job for modding. Oh, y'all gotta go over here. Y'all gotta type out in the chat. Thank Fostings and thank Danix for doing God's work. Actually, you know what? Fostings and Danix, both of y'all hit me up on Twitter. Just send me a message on Twitter. Just send me a message on Twitter. I got something for y'all later. Because y'all doing just such an amazing job modding. But yeah, shout out to Fostings and shout out to Danix for doing a great job modding. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Thank y'all for all the God's work. Y'all doing God's work. That shaving stuff could be useful. I mean, yeah, it can be. I mean, I wouldn't need it, but it can be. But yo, I don't really like. I don't know. It's just weird, man. We coming on here. We talking about freaking Persona. And I'm gonna talk to y'all about Manscaped so you can shave your freaking navel hair. That's gonna raise your confidant. But yo, people, they gotta secure the bag somehow. You know what I'm saying? They gotta do what they do. I have been seeing 2K YouTubers getting sponsored by AT&T now. Damn, they're getting sponsored by AT&T? That's some money then. Like, for me, okay. All right, here's how it is. Like I said, bills got to get paid. Bills got to get paid. This stuff ain't cheap, guys. This ain't cheap. All right, okay. I need to let's have a serious conversation right now, guys. No fanboy stuff. So throw your fanboy stuff out the window for a second. If Microsoft, PlayStation, or Nintendo gave y'all $150,000 a year, top benefits, to get online and be a corporate cheerleader, would you do it? $150,000 a year salary, full benefits, to just be a corporate cheerleader online. You can still play the opposite games on your consoles, but you can't be talking about them online. For $150,000 a year. Let's see. Everyone's just like, nigga, yes. Right now in this economy, yeah. I'm just saying, like, because I was talking to my homie Dark Cloud about it. And he was just like, yo, Neo, if Xbox came up to you and gave you $200,000 a year to basically be an Xbox cheerleader, would you do it? And I had to think about that for a second. I said, can I still play PlayStation and Nintendo games? Yes, but everything you post online is Xbox centric. And then I asked him, well, can I critique what Xbox is doing? And he said, no. So you literally can only get on there to talk the good stuff. So now I'm just like, damn. Because that $200,000 a year is nice, but after being on YouTube for 10 years and just not being able to speak online, I don't know, man. Someone said I'd do it for $50K. Oh, you gotta reach higher, brother. 200K a year, that's solid. It is. $200,000 a year is nice. Yeah, I love how everyone went from 150. No, I have morals, but 200K though. For me, I look at it like this. I would rather build my brand to the point where I can make a lot of good money than take that money and not be able to tell like it is. Because if I'm being honest, guys, like, for me, this whole community and us talking, this banter back and forth is why I do what I do. It's fun. So if someone gave me $200,000 for me not to, like, we got a diverse group of people here. Some people are Xbox fans, fanboys. Some people over here are PlayStation fans. Some people over here are wondering where the hell's the next Nintendo Direct. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's life. So you tell me I can't go into a bar and not talk about, yo, this Xbox showcase was kind of mid, bro. I couldn't do it. That would eat away at my soul. So I'd rather get myself to $150,000 a year my way than $200,000 away not being able to say shit. But I know some of you here, you don't care about that YouTube stuff. You're just like, fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Oh, man. But yeah, I just want to spin that question past y'all. I will be saying Halo Infinite is amazing. Yeah, we gonna be seeing your tweets. Yo, all of y'all are bringing up Colt Eastwood. I'm dead. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul. You guys are amazing. Shout out to the 211 people watching. Shout out to y'all. Let's see. People are talking about Nathan Drake. What's going on with Nathan Drake? Oh, here's Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake talking about the PS5. Yeah, Xbox is not doomed. Xbox is going to do better than they did with the launch of the Xbox One. They're going to. Yeah, no worries about it, Alvaro. We actually did answer this question like 40 minutes ago about which console is going to outsell. I think the PlayStation 5 is going to outsell the Xbox just because based off of history, 4 generations. Well, technically 3 because the Xbox came out with the PlayStation 2. But 3 generations in a row, they've been outselling Xbox. And literally, it would have to be a case of PlayStation shooting themselves in the foot in order for Xbox to overcome them. Now, I think Xbox potentially could make more money than PlayStation if this subscription stuff really takes off. But we'll just have to see. Some of y'all answers is hilarious. Damn, y'all bringing up all the Xbox people though. Damn. You see, I keep it pretty neutral around these parts. You know, I ain't trying to slander or call people out, but man. I mean, for me, it's just like, yo, when you get on here, you just gotta speak your mind, man. You gotta give credit where credit is due, and just be about these games, bro. Don't just get so caught up in the console war shtick, because a lot of these people are grown ass men in their 30s and their 40s. Like, if I want to go buy a PlayStation, I'm gonna go buy a PlayStation. If I want to play some games, same thing. You know, it's like people be acting like you gonna lose your credibility if you go buy another console. I don't know, man. And that's one thing I do love about the community that we formed here, because literally, you know, we've been doing so good, and just like being able to have good conversations about games and have it be like, yo, okay, this is just everyone's opinion and we're not slandering each other. That's good, because when you go to some of these other pages, it's either you agree 100% or people just eat you up, man. It's not a good look, bro. All right. Let's see. We have is Craig the Brute the real Slim Shady? Oh my God. He might be. Do you think games will play at a true 120 frames per second on next gen? I think it's a possibility, but I don't think it's going to be every game across the board. It's just going to come down to what game it is. Like racing games, probably. But will we be seeing, like, I don't know, Gears of War 6 at 120 frames? Maybe no, not so much. If they add in like performance modes and you can get like, let's say 1440p, 120 frames per second, sure. Do you have any genres of music that you dislike? Honestly, Colin, no. I really don't, bro. I like most music that exists. I know the default answer is country, because a lot of people hate country. There's a lot of country songs I like, and I don't mind. I'm trying to think. I would say, as far as like what I really dislike, just the manufactured stuff in the pop scene. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think it's very much so really uninspired, but there's a reason why. It's all churned through a machine because they think this is what people want. So I'm not a fan of that type of music. I'm also not a fan of just like just a lot of the stuff happening in the hip hop game, you know, because a lot of them, they just be talking about the same shit, bro. But that's everything. That's with every genre. Everyone's talking about the same shit. But I see a lot in hip hop, and it just gets kind of like, all right, all these people are kind of blending together. They sound exactly the same. So, yeah. I'm not a fan of Michael Jackson. What? Damn, Born Gamer. You just had to. You just had to say that. You're lucky I'm not my boy Joaquin, because he's a big Michael Jackson stan. He would be like, nope, 600 minute ban. All right, question from Bree. Anyone with tips on starting my own PC build? I heard Newegg and PC Part Picker. Didn't know if there are any other options. Yeah, those are the best places to go, especially PC Part Picker, because everyone there is going to be very much so willing to help you. And it's very easy now to build a PC as opposed to like 15 years ago, you know? Now it's just so easy. Like, you know what's the best GPU to buy, the best bang for your buck graphics card. You know, it's just so good, man. I don't know. I ain't been seeing these Nathan Drake. Okay. Now I see him. I don't know why everyone's comments were drowning him out. You got Domino's UK Twitter clowning Halo Infinite because of that embarrassing presentation. Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, and Aaron Greenberg need to get on the same page, and also chew up 343. Yo, Nathan Drake. I feel like Nathan Drake is pissed because he just bought like an Xbox One X, and he's just not getting the games. Let's see. Neo, what are your thoughts on how much gameplay we've seen for both consoles? They need to show more. We're so close to launch. Yeah, they do. They do, which is what I think we're going to start seeing more of as we get there. Because, you know, there's a rumored PlayStation event happening next month. And, you know, Xbox is going to show off stuff soon. So, we'll see. Let's see. We have a $5 super chat from Purified Storm. Do a live conversation with Colt Eastwood and Dealer Gaming about Xbox versus PS5. I mean, that's the thing. People always say, hey, go on this podcast, go do that. To me, it's got to be beneficial. Like, what are we going to bring to the conversation that isn't already there in like the ether, you know? So for me, it's like, I'd rather have a practical conversation with somebody about gaming as a whole, as opposed to, oh, what do you think about the Xbox versus the PS5? You know, like, we can sit here and go back and forth about the same tired old points that you hear on every single gaming podcast. So for me, I just want to do something a bit more constructive, you know? Because literally nothing has changed from our knowledge of the Xbox Series X specs and the PS5 Series X specs, the Xbox Series X specs and the PS5 specs in months. What had worse writing, Kingdom Hearts 3 or Game of Thrones Season 8? Well, the Kingdom Hearts series has categorically always had bad writing. Very bad writing. But I would say which was the biggest letdown? Game of Thrones. Because Game of Thrones was at like such a high point, and then it kept going downhill. Kingdom Hearts was already at like kind of this shaky midpoint. So them doing what they did in part 3, it's like, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't lose much over the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 disappointed me, you know? I just kept it moving. Been watching that boy Neo since 2010. Hey, appreciate you, Daniel. Appreciate the support. Well, that's true. Nathan Drake is right. You got to hold these companies accountable. You do. Just like people held PlayStation accountable to a lot of things this generation, they got to keep it up, you know? Are there any gaming channels you're openly not a fan of? Well, there's not like particular channels that I just don't watch. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, I hate this person because this, that, and the third. I'm just not a fan of all the big clickbait going around. I'm not a fan of people who they see something and then they run with it. Like, let's say if it's a rant on something. Like, if I got on here and I said I hated the Xbox One X, like, let's just say it was a terrible system, whatever, and I kept making videos every single week saying why it's terrible, and I come up with all these conspiracy theories like retailers are not taking back returns of the Xbox because they don't want it, or you know, just dumb shit like that. I'm not a fan of those sensationalist type channels. I think that people who do like those theory videos take it a bit too far, where it's just like, bro, this is not a theory. What are you doing? I know there's only one person who really does that. I mean, just in general, I'm not like, to me, it's like if I don't like someone's content, I won't watch it. That's how it is. I'm not going to sit here and say this person's terrible. They make terrible videos, blah, blah, blah. Because I just don't want to expend the energy. If I don't like it, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to support it. I would say the corporate cheerleader channels, and you see this all across the board. You see it with Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. The people who will just come on here and they do not criticize anything. Nothing at all. Nothing. They don't say any, like, Nintendo could come out and do some really bad fuck shit, and then they won't say shit. But whenever, like, let's say Microsoft does something that's kind of spooky, they'll be like, I wanted more from Xbox. It's like, bro, come on, you know? I don't like those type of, like, listen, unless you are getting paid $200,000 a year, you should not be corporate slaving for any of these billion-dollar companies. You should not. You shouldn't. Like, fam. Like, they work for us. They have to convince us to buy their products, not the other way around. Not the other way around. Everyone keeps bringing up Colt Eastwood. Jesus Christ. I don't watch Colt Eastwood's videos. The only video, well, not video, but the only thing I've seen of Colt Eastwood was he cracked a joke at God of War saying God of War is just going to be a one and done game. People are going to play it. They don't care about it, but I'll be playing Crackdown 3 for hundreds of hours for years, or something crazy like that. I saw that on Twitter in passing and I was like, That's the only thing I'll say as far as Colt Eastwood. I saw that, and that was my first impression of him. I was like, dude, come on. That's just, come on. Do you think they should remaster Black Ops 2? I don't know about remastering it. I'd rather they go ahead and make just a good all-around Call of Duty game. Oh yeah, the Go Woke, Go Broke crowd is my personal favorite. Those guys. I mean, at some point, yes, we can have a practical conversation about certain things. But when you come out here and you think everything is just political and is appealing to the SJW, like that's kind of why I had to fall back from watching a lot of Midnight's Edge. You know, I've been watching Midnight's Edge for years. You know, when the Fantastic Four controversy hit, and then I see a lot of the videos that they're doing now, and it's literally anything that comes out that could potentially be deemed as SJW. They will just inflate it and go above and beyond. It's like, dude, come on. It ain't that deep. Like, for some things that come out, yes. But then other things like, bro, what? Like, I don't, Games aren't made like they used to. Seems like a lot of overhyped disappointment. Well, that's the thing, Pistol Pick. I think it's because with the advent of social media and hype culture, it's a different thing entirely as opposed to you just telling people who you ran into at the game store or at school. Nowadays, it's literally you engaging with hundreds, like what we're doing right now. We have got a grand total of 210 people watching, where we can just talk about games. Like, oh, I hope Xbox Halo Infinite is great. I hope Horizon 2 is awesome. And then we can just hype ourselves up, and then it ends up not living up to our expectations, and we're just like, yo, this is terrible. Games are terrible. But I will agree across the board, there are a lot of games that are coming out now that are just okay at best, and some even have baked. Like, I'm not a fan of these games releasing bare bones and then them fixing it over the course of 2 years. I don't like that at all. That's not cool. That's why I don't buy those games. Oh, we have a $10 super chat from Colin, my boy. What Disney Channel sitcom was your guilty pleasure as a kid? I remember mine was Hannah Montana, since I got a weird enjoyment out of it despite knowing it's terrible. Oh, if I had to say... Oh, take it easy, Nostalgia Trip. Thank you for coming to the stream, bro. If I had to say my favorite guilty pleasure... I mean, a lot of them, if you look at them growing up, they were kind of cringe. But if I had to say, like, a guilty pleasure... This is tough because a lot of the Disney Channel sitcoms I watched, I enjoyed it. If I didn't watch it, I didn't watch it. So I'd have to rank it from like the bottom of the list going up. Damn. No, I mean, see, now you got me thinking. I say a lot of them are mid, but I didn't watch the bad ones. You know, Hannah Montana, I would say, is probably the one that I watched and I'm just like, nah, I'm good on this. But I enjoyed everything else. I liked The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I liked That's So Raven. I even enjoyed Corey in the House before the memes. I liked Lizzie McGuire. Phil of the Future was kind of iffy for me. What else did they air on Disney Channel? I loved Even Stevens. I don't know. Well, we're talking about Disney sitcoms. We're talking about Disney sitcoms right here, guys. Yo, Marcus, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was the shit, bro. It was. Wizards of Waverly Place. Yeah, it had its moments, but I wasn't like rushing home from school to watch Wizards of Waverly Place. So I would say Hannah Montana. Honestly, Colin, you're a mind reader, bro. You be knowing the shows. When will you finish the data battles? I will finish the Kingdom Hearts data battles once I get back to them. It's just there's so many other games I'm playing right now. Season 1 of Phil the Future was great. Season 2 was mid. Yeah, I think that's why. I mean, even then, Season 1, I didn't really watch that much. A $5 super chat from Isaac Hernandez. I feel like we aren't seeing as big a jump in graphics-wise with the new gen when compared to the last. Any thoughts? Well, yes, there are going to be minimal returns on investment when it comes to visuals in the beginning. It always is, because I remember last generation, with the exception of Killzone Shadowfall and Infamous, a lot of people were saying this gen does not look that impressive. I remember seeing those comments. I do. And then look what happened as the gen went on. We started seeing the powerhouses come out. So I think this generation we're gonna still see the leap, and we're gonna see ray tracing, and we're gonna see a lot of the stuff happening. We're gonna see better frame rates. It's just a matter of getting those full-on exclusive experiences that take advantage of the hardware, as opposed to we're gonna be developing for 8 platforms. So we'll see. Because like if you play games on PC, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC it already looks good on the One X, but on PC it's like, bro, that game puts PCs to the limit, man. All right, so we have a super chat from Grant. Okay. Thoughts on the Boogie Everything for Sale album? Also, inform the chat about Boogie from Compton, the next talented West Coast legendary rapper signed to Eminem's Shady Records. He can rap, freestyle, and sing. His second will probably blow up in 2021 upon release. He got co-signed by Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, The Game, Meek Mill, and Rihanna. Yeah, Grant over here, he's been pimping Boogie hard. I don't know if you follow Grant on social media, but he's been pimping him like crazy. And I actually listened to Boogie's album. I think about like 2 months ago. You linked it to me. And it was good. It was good. I didn't listen to it a second time, which is usually what I do for albums to get like a better understanding of them. But it was good for what I listened. I liked it. Will he blow up and get on crazy levels? I mean, it seems like he's got a lot going for him. I have to listen to him again to really just fully analyze everything about it. But yeah, that's who Grant is pimping out. Let's see. Oh, Camp Rock. Yeah, well, that Camp Rock movie was some ass, bro. Camp Rock. Oh, man, nah. Yeah, Order 1886, yeah. Order 1886, which they never did a sequel to, and it kills me on the inside because I think a sequel could have been the game, or what it was supposed to be anyway. Do you think the August PS5 event rumors are true? Well, I mean, it is about time for another PS5 event. It's been a while. So if they do it on the 6th, that is a Thursday. That's when the last one went down, right? I think it's a possibility. We'll see. But I don't lose sleep over this stuff, so I'm just kind of like, yeah. We'll check it out when it happens. That was way past my time. Austin and Alley, whatever that is, I don't know. I don't know about any of those shows, guys. Like Good Luck Charlie or any of them. No, I peaked after 2009 when it comes to those shows. $1.99 super chat from Jet Life. What JRPG are you playing? I just beat Trails in the Sky. Oh, awesome. You got good taste. As far as JRPGs right now that I'm invested in. Cheers me, guys. Well, the last one I played was Persona 5 Royal, and I was working my way through that before I jumped into other games that are easier to complete, like faster to complete, because I wanted to complete a lot of games I haven't played other than like a Persona 5 re-release. Yes, I know it has a lot of new content, but still, it's like a 200-hour game. So I would say that was like the last one I was really playing a lot of alongside Trails of Cold Steel. But those are both long ass games, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, Tales of Berseria, I wouldn't really count as me playing that consistently because I only stream it, you know? Yo, Joe Jonas should never dance to hip hop again. Oh, God. Lordy, have mercy, Marcus. Have mercy. Have mercy. Who's the worst singer ever? The worst singer ever, probably Kim Kardashian. Did you guys listen to that Kim Kardashian album she made, or that song, whatever? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? Is YouTube your full-time job? No, it's not my full-time job. Yo, y'all don't remember that? Oh my God, y'all do not remember that? Oh my God, what? Let me go. Hold on. This Kim Kardashian album, though, she released an album. Kim Kardashian. No, not Kim Kardashian. No, hold on. Kim Kardashian album. Oh God. All right, it was a song. My bad. It was a song by Kim Kardashian called Jam. Turn it up. Yeah. It came out in 2011. Half of the proceeds went to St. Jude's, so at least there was some use. Shortly after the song's release, Kardashian confirmed that she has no plans to put out a full-length album anytime soon. And years later, she also admitted that she regretted recording the song. 4 minutes and 35 seconds. My God. Critical reception. The track was panned by critics. Called the song a dead-brained piece of generic dance music without a single distinguishing feature. And suggested that Kardashian was the worst singer in the reality TV universe. Damn, someone just roasted her saying, I think we're all entitled to follow our dreams. I don't resent her for trying something new, but no. That's how basically saying that shit is terrible. I would play it on stream, but we'll probably get copyrighted for that. Damn. Oh, God. Yo, some people here with the lyrics. Oh, no. Didn't she make a song with Ray J? She made something with Ray J. I'll say that much. I remember when that shit first came out and I was in school, people were talking about it. I remember people legit became internet detectives to try to find that. What games are you playing right now? I'm playing a few at the moment. I'm going through Red Dead Redemption 2, which is just a massive undertaking. In addition to that, I started The Last of Us Part 2. And those are the two games I'm focusing on at the moment. Yeah, I ain't playing that song, guys. I ain't playing that song. Y'all can go listen to that later on your own. And we'll just die on the inside. What are your thoughts on Ghost of Tsushima? Very good game. I'm not that far in the story, though. I'm only like 10 hours because I just keep running around the map doing things. So that's why I kind of put it down for a second because I was like, I'm not playing the story. I need to take a break. I'm just literally going around finding foxes and raiding Mongol camps. It's so much fun. Octopath has one of the worst difficulty curves I've experienced. Yes, we were talking about that earlier. Definitely talking about that earlier. Nintendo 64 games used to be $70. It's been done before. Yeah, $70, $80. Game prices were not fixed back in the day, guys. There would be like $40 releases, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. It got bad, bro. I'm currently playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I'm actually enjoying it. Well, that's good for you. I bought it because it was on sale, and it came with 3 and Liberations Remastered. But realistically, I don't know how soon I'm going to start it because that game just seems big for the sake of being big, you know? Are you planning on playing Rust when it comes to consoles? Not particularly. It's not like on my radar. Oh, when Neo used to do game reviews? Yeah, I don't really do game reviews per se. I just get on here and I talk about them. So they're not like reviews. They're just, this is what I think about them, you know? I did a lot on YouTube. I did proper reviews back in the day. Now I just get on here and talk about games after I finish them. So it's still the same basic concept, you know? It's just different name. Assassin's Creed is too much of a grind. Yeah, that's what I heard. Do you have a Switch? Yes, I do. I just haven't played it in like 2 months. I need to though. Questions about game prices. I did a full video on the game price, guys. So if you want to check that out, it's on my channel. I go into more detail about it than I can here. What kind of monitors are you running? I am running a single monitor from 2011. I bought this Asus low response time monitor. It was like 180 back in the day, and I've had it ever since. I need to upgrade my full setup, get like two 27-inch 1440p monitors, but man, that shit is expensive. And I'm just like, I can't justify it. I don't want to justify dropping 600 on 2 monitors right now. Hey, shout out to the homie DC Nerd Talk. What's going on, brother? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. If you guys haven't already, go check out the homie Dark Cloud. He's been killing it on the channel lately with his consistency. He's been bringing some positivity to the community. You know, doing couple Q&As with his wife. Welcome, Dark Cloud, man. Dark Cloud, he one of the homies. He one of the OGs. The Yellow Hulk. What's your go-to pizza topping? I'm a pretty simple guy when it comes to pizza toppings. You know, for me, it's like I'll just go regular schmegular cheese. I'll do pepperoni. I'll do like cherry peppers. And that's the extent for the most part. I do get crazy and I get me some chicken bacon ranch though. So don't get it twisted, man. I'll get that chicken bacon ranch. Woo! That should be tasting good. Why pay $600 for monitors when you can buy $600 worth of G Fuel? Oh Lord. I've never even had any of that G Fuel, y'all. Anyone here ever have G Fuel? Well, I mean, it's still going on, but I don't know if people really like it or what. Oh, shout out to the homie Dark Cloud with a $9.99 super chat. Return to the favor. What's your take on the Domino's Xbox beef? Yo, we had fun earlier in this stream, Dark Cloud. I'll have to send it to you when the stream goes live, but we just talked all about Smooth and Xbox. Oh god, but yeah, it was so much fun, bro. We were just laughing like crazy. We had Black Bond up in here. Man, it was so good, bro. But yeah, that whole situation, it's just Domino's poking fun. I mean, it's no different than like what Wendy's used to do, you know? People are just in their emotions because they think that because they're clowning on Xbox, they hate Xbox, you know, that whole shtick. I don't think I can use any product that was backed by Game. Oh god. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't really, when people try to be selling stuff, I don't really be looking at them, man. I just like, let me see what this is about. Nope, I'm good. Try getting jalapenos on your pizza next time. It's fire. Oh no, I've had jalapenos before. I just don't really prefer it on the topping as opposed to some other things. I had G Fuel, did nothing for me. I think G Fuel's all right. Oh, okay. Yeah, me, myself, and I just, any of the stuff that people be pimping out, I'm like, nah, fam, I'm good. How goes Ghost of Tsushima? It goes good. It goes good. I haven't played it in a few days, though, because I was focusing on Red Dead, thinking, yo, I'm going to make so much progress. Oh, God, this game is killing me. Because it's just such a slow burn, man. Red Dead, slow burn, bro. Refuel with that gamer energy. Golly. That right there, I'm good. Let's see. So we have a super chat from Grant. Did you listen to the 4 albums I sent you in May? DiCaprio 2, The Lost Boy, Alondra, TDE. There, have it. So I've listened to 2 out of those. I listened to DiCaprio and The Lost Boy. So that'd be the first 2. I haven't listened to the rest because I just haven't been listening to a lot of music. I haven't even listened to Logic's new album yet, but it's on the list. It's still there in my queue on Google Play. I just need to have a session where I can listen to all this, because before I used to get all my music listening done when I was commuting to work, and you know, with the lockdown I wasn't going into work as much, so I was like, oh well, I'll just chill. And for me, I can't really like listen to music. Like for me, I have to be in an environment where it's only me doing one thing. So when I'm driving, I can listen to something because I'm driving and that's all I'm doing. But when I'm here, if I'm working on like videos, I'm focusing on the videos, and that requires all my creative attention. If I'm playing a game, that requires all my creative attention. Whereas driving, it's just literally, it has my attention, but creativity wise, it's not, you know? But I will get around to listening to those. All right. And then we have a $5 super chat from the homie Colin, my boy. What channel did you think was the best back in the day? Disney Channel or Disney XD? Well, I didn't have Disney XD for the longest time. I didn't get Disney XD until the late 2000s. So I was the Disney Channel kid. I was the Disney Channel kid from the early 2000s to then. So by default, I'll have to say Disney Channel because that's what I grew up on and I had the most amount of time with it. So that's where I would go. I thought I was the only one who Dark Cloud. Red Dead, amazing game from the production value, from the production standpoint, the voice acting, everything, but the game is just so slow, bro. Like, Your character walks so slow. He can't run in camp. You got to ride everywhere. Like, dude. When I switched from Red Dead to Ghost of Tsushima, I felt like a damn superhero. I felt like I was freaking Superman. Oh, God. That game. But I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it just because I'm already so far. Charlie's Angel reboots. What are your thoughts? I haven't seen it yet, but from what I've seen thus far, it does not look that appealing. It really doesn't, and I think it flopped at the box office. So, yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing a sequel to that. Nigahiga or Smosh? I mean, I didn't really watch many of them growing up, so I would guess Nigahiga. Because I watched more videos from Nigahiga than Smosh. But for me, I didn't really watch a lot of the big YouTubers back then. I saw a few of them, but I was never like fully on board. Like, yeah, these people, you know, that just wasn't me. Because it wasn't the videos that I wanted to see on YouTube. You got to play Grounded? Yeah, I just downloaded it on my PC. So I'm probably going to play a little bit of it later. See what it's hitting for. Hey, what's going on, Jason? Have you seen the Fruit Basket reboot? Yes, I am working my way to catch up with the season. I have to start the new one. Hold the menu to cinematic ride. Ugh, yes. That's what you're doing the majority of the game. Bro, you're just sitting there holding this button. This. Go. Ugh. I definitely will get around to listening to his last album. Because that's his last album for now. You know? Because, you know, everybody retiring and then they come back 5 years later. What's the best game on Game Pass right now? I feel that's subjective. It comes down to you and your personal taste. So, for me, I would say Ori and the Will of the Wisps or Yakuza 0. Like, to me, those are the best games. But it comes down to your taste. For some people, if they love Gears of War, they're going to say Gears of War. There's a lot of people who love Red Dead. They're going to say Red Dead. And for the people who think Kingdom Hearts 3 is Game of the Year, they're gonna say that. They are gonna say that. I just downloaded Grounded as well. Hey, that's what's up, Dark Cloud, supporting the Xbox Nation. All right. Shout out to the mods once again for doing an amazing job at remembering to remind y'all to like the stream, subscribe, do what you do. It helps the channel out. We got 185 people watching. We got 187 likes. That's good. That's what I like to see, y'all. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Yo, people said Kingdom Hearts 3 changed their life, Waffles. People were crying on camera. Did you play Death Stranding? What'd you think? I'm 6 hours into Death Stranding, and I am gonna finish it. But oof, like Red Dead, it is such a slow burn. There's just such a slow burn. Is Ori and the Blind Forest good? Because everyone only talks about Will of the Wisps. Well, people talk about Will of the Wisps because it's the newer game, and fundamentally it is a better game. It's the next step up from the first Ori. They introduced a lot of things in there. They refined a lot of things. So that's why people bring up Will of the Wisps. But Blind Forest is still good. It's still really good. Neo, aren't you worried that Xbox has no games announced for 2021, a whole year without any games? I mean, as a multi-platform owner, no, I'm not concerned with that, just because I'm used to, even though I just bought an Xbox recently, I'm used to Xbox not coming with the firepower. So it's just nothing new to me. If I was an Xbox only gamer and I invested in the Series X and I didn't get those games, I'd be like, bro, no. But I'm a multi-platform gamer, so for me, that's not a defense of Xbox. It isn't. But I just know I'll be covered elsewhere until they get those games. It's just not a good look, though. I would have expected Microsoft to come up with some more fire as opposed to wait until like 2023, you know? I know they have other games in the tank. I do. But they should have shown those games, man. They should have shown those games, man. That's what we needed, man. I don't need backwards compatible games day one on the Series X. I need these games, bro. Craig the Brute. Does Grounded come out at midnight? I think it does. I think Grounded does come out at midnight. Well, I've had it downloaded on PC, but I don't know if it's legit. Let me try booting it up. Hold on, guys. Hold on one second. I tried to boot it up and it just didn't want to work. I don't know why. Let me see. I tried to click and it's just like, no. Grounded game preview. Let me try it again. Hold on. Oh, there says there's an update available. Okay, so I just got the update. How much is it? It tells me this now after I downloaded like the 4 gigs. It's got a 1.5 gig download. All right, well, I'll let that do its thing. All right. Okay. But, oh, man, guys, it has just hit midnight over here on the East Coast. And I think it's about time we wrap up this stream, guys. We're going on close. Well, technically, it's been 3 hours, but the first stream kind of got cut off because of the net going out. But, yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming to the stream. Thank you for having... I'm getting kind of dazed out, as you guys can see. I just stopped mid-sentence, but thank you guys for taking time out of your day to come to the stream, having fun for us. Again, like always, links down below in the video description for the Discord community, the Patreon, all those things. Thank you so much to everybody who did the super chats. Y'all the freaking best. You keep the lights on here, as some of the bigger YouTubers say. And just appreciate y'all coming to the stream. Having fun is great. I love doing this. It's been a tradition for the past 2 months now. We've been doing these Monday streams. Yo, that's the most consistent I have been. And I'm going to keep saying that until the cows come home. Last minute shout outs to the mods, Fostings, Danex for doing such an amazing job at keeping things situated around these parts. Thank you guys. Make sure y'all hit me up in the DMs on Twitter. I got Fostings to hit me up, but I don't know about Danex. Danex, I don't know if you be on Twitter like that. I think you are, bro. Yeah, you are on Twitter. So just send me a Twitter message so I know before I forget, because I'm just about to go make me some food because I'm hungry as hell. Why are y'all hugging yourself, sir? I don't even know what you talk about, Dark Cloud. You talk about some nut ass shit. But yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening, your morning, your afternoon. And from me to you for now, my name is NGS, signing out, and like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all.